Hello and welcome everybody. I will be your host tonight. My name is Laura and we are at Ghost Gaming headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia. Very excited for the stream we got tonight. This is week 2 of our Georgia Esports League spring season. Georgia Esports League is a collection of college athletes in esports competing against each other in a range of games. We've got some really good matches for you right now. We've got some Rocket League matches later tonight. It is 4 teams, 4 colleges, and a 3v3 with 2 games. Very excited for that. We've got Brawlhalla, 4 people playing against each other from different colleges. Very exciting. They're really killing it. We saw some amazing things last week. Really excited to see how the season kicks off in this week. It's going to be really good. Really excited. Feel free to pop in our Twitch chat for predictions. It's going to be really great. So we'll see you guys then. I'll pass it over to our casters, Brody and Jose, for more Rocket League.
Thank you, Laura, and welcome everybody to week 2 of the Georgia Esports League. My name is Brody, and I am joined by my co-caster Jose as always, and we are so excited to bring you guys some more Rocket League this week. As in our first game, we have 2 best-of-5s, and in that first best-of-5, we got Britton Parker versus Maroon Tiger Gaming. Jose, give us a little bit of rundown.
All right, so over at Britton Parker, we have Manny, Milk, and Antics, who are all SSLs. And on the opposing side, with MTG, you've got Daft, Eclipse, and Kiwo, who have 1 Grand Champ and 2 Champs. So what are you thinking about that first matchup right there?
There's a bit of a glaring rank disparity going on in our first game tonight, which is why, just for my credibility, I think I have to say Britton Parker as much as I love an underdog.
I would have to, agree with that, as Britton Parker has all SSLs, and the other side is kind of lacking in that department. But if they upset Britton Parker, then I wouldn't be upset because we've been proven wrong before.
Oh, and I'd love to be proven wrong again. And in our second game, we have returning to the mainstream Oglethorpe. Last week we saw them take down the University of Georgia, and today we might see them take down a newcomer to the stream, University of North Georgia. What can you tell us about these guys?
So, of course, like you said, at Oglethorpe returning, you got Cruzen, Kolb, and Turner, who have 2 Grand Champs and 1 Champ. And then over at UNG, you have got Sharky, Hugh Dog, and Sleepy, who have all Grand Champs. So what's your prediction for that matchup?
We get more of an even matched in terms of rank disparity, but we got a whole week under our belt. We've seen how these teams have performed against similar ranked teams, and so far I think UNG has a higher quality win, which is why I think narrowly they'll take this one. Maybe 3-2. We could see all 5 games. I'd love to see a Game 5 tonight. That'd be awesome.
Honestly, because we haven't seen that yet, and I would love to see that, like you said. I do think that UNG will win this 3-2, maybe even 3-1. But again, if Oglethorpe wins, underdog, I wouldn't be surprised because this, as you said, is a very evenly matched matchup.
Yeah, originally last week our plan was to watch them play Georgia State, which I was going to root against them there, or not root against them, sorry, predict against them there. So definitely making them the underdogs in the way that I've been predicting. So would love to see Oglethorpe upset and prove everybody wrong today, as we've locked in our predictions, and I can't wait to get these best-of-5s started. Once again, our first one is Britton Parker and MTG, Maroon Tiger Gaming, and that one may be a bit favored in one side. So I think what you like to see at Maroon Tiger Gaming here is maybe not pick up the win, but you want to see, you want to see them limit mistakes. All you want to see from these guys is what they can do as a team, and you want them to stay high morale and just kind of prove what they're worth right now. Because I don't think anyone in that camp is really banking on like a dominant win today. I think it's all about, getting together in team performance today.
Yeah, it's definitely also dependent on who makes the mistakes and who capitalizes on those mistakes. As we have seen in the first week, those are pretty bad against your team. It brings the morale down. It brings, your mindset kind of just switches, and you kind of go into a place where you might mess up a lot more and lose. But again, like you said, it comes down really, in my opinion, to like chemistry, how they're feeling on the day, if they can really play together as a team, and the better team is obviously going to come out on top.
Yeah, just don't be too hard on yourselves out there today against Britton Parker. Those guys are pretty good. Really high SSL MMR players. And then our second game, obviously a lot closer matched. I think that's when you really get down to the nitty-gritty about who has shown up on the day, who's got more practice together, who's been really feeling it lately with their teammates. So I think we'll see a lot more of that meshing in our second best-of-5 in terms of who comes out on top there.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that one's going to be a lot more of an entertaining match, as they are more evenly matched with UNG and Oglethorpe. So I'm definitely excited for that one a lot more than probably the first one, because I do feel like that one's just going to be a 3-0 victory for Britton Parker. in my opinion.
Yeah, but it's also good, even though it might be a 3-0, to highlight Bruton Parker, as those are some of the best players in our region of a little Georgia College region here. So
sure.
actually super excited to see what they can do today, despite maybe the competition not being exactly evenly matched. But it'll be the first time that at least us on the desk here and us on the mainstream that you guys are watching will be seeing Bruton Parker this season. I'm sure there's a high chance we might see them at the very end of the season, and if they pick up one of those land spots or not.
Yeah, no, it'll be. I think one thing that'll be interesting is to see Bruton Parker against the KC that we saw last week. That would be probably my highest anticipated match. I don't know about you.
I mean, so far it's about what we've seen so far. It's so early into the season that I totally agree. I think the KSU A team we saw last week and Bruton Parker could have an absolute heater. I'm even saying that before we watch Bruton Parker.
Exactly. Yeah.
Things on paper look a lot better sometimes than things in game, but. Along with Bruton Parker, we'll see what everyone's made of today. I think this is a proving day for a lot of teams, especially those in that mid-range. A lot of those evenly matched Grand Champ to High Champ teams kind of maneuvering through each other, like we had UGA, we have GSU, we have UAG, we have Oglethorpe. All those guys kind of in the same, even Georgia Tech, around the same range. So every time you can knock off a team that is maybe right around your level, you're building momentum towards maybe grabbing one of those land spots at the end, because we know there's a couple teams, and those guys know there's a couple teams in this region that on any given day can go out and beat everybody. And so it's about being like right under there, right under that top ceiling that those guys have locked down.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with everything you just said. Honestly, if we see this evenly matched teams beat another evenly matched team, like you said, they build momentum, and it'll be interesting to see if one of these underdogs can beat this higher team, with the momentum they have, and if they're just feeling it more on the day, and if they have the better chemistry, it's going to be really interesting to see some of these results for these matches.
Yeah, I even think teams like an MTG are very interesting when you have a guy like Daff, who we saw in the preseason, not on this stream specifically, but
as well.
We do know, we also saw clips, but we do know that Daff is like that kind of bubble SSL prototype player. He is pretty insanely great car control, and can look for a lot of solo dribble plays. So when you have a team dynamic like that, which is very common in Collegiate Rocket League, because you're all coming from different backgrounds, so it's not like you go to these schools specifically because you're like, well, I hope I can find other Rocket League players there. It just kind of falls in your lap. So when you got a guy like Daff who is at his level, and you have teammates that are a bit newer to the game, or not even new to the game, because to be champ you really do need to have a lot of time put in, but I just mean not specifically like a 5,000 hour kind of guy like Daff or other SSLs in the region are. So Eclipse and Kiwo, like, for their mindset, it's really just about staying tight on rotation, communicating well to your teammates, and just playing through your main guy. It's a really fun characteristic of Collegiate Rocket League, because at the pro level you do not see stuff like that. Usually everyone is very evenly matched, but you see more defined roles in this level, which I think is really cool.
No, it's definitely really cool. And like you said, a lot of these people, like you said, doesn't come down to being new or fresh to the game. It's about being fresh and new to playing with other people in your college, because obviously, to be Grand Champ, SSL, you have to have hours on the game. You have to be really good. But it comes down to being able to build chemistry with your teammates. And if they're fresh and new to playing with each other, that obviously will take time. Hours and hours of practice, probably off stream and off camera, being able to build that chemistry to then show that in these kind of tournaments here against other high-level college teams.
And the best thing to be is to be coachable, because when you do have a teammate like that, that's kind of a heaven sent about your progression. Because when you play at that level, and you consistently can play at that level, and all you're trying to do is learn every time that you play, I mean, your progression in terms of yourself as both mentally a player and your mechanical level just increases so much quicker than the people around you sometimes. So if I'm Eclipse and Kiwo today, you got that really tough opponent in Bruton Parker, but you have a guy to hang your hat on. You got guys you trust around you. So there is always a chance. I will never rule out anything in Rocket League and in esports in general, because we've seen some pretty brutal upsets before. I think, while Bruton Parker should 3-0, I'm really looking for something out of the MTG boys today. So, and in terms of talking about our second match, we did see Oglethorpe last week. What are some things you thought Oglethorpe did really well at last week?
They had some pretty good rotations at times, I do feel. Their defense was also pretty on point, especially against UGA, being able to beat them 3-1. They have really good car control, especially in the aerials. I really did enjoy some of that. Really, I think what it just came down to, there were some mistakes that they do make, but I feel like that's just with every team. You sometimes nerves and stuff like that just kind of get to the best of you.
Yeah, the rotations thing is really good to harp on because a lot of those games, despite them 3-1ing UGA last week, a lot of those games were close. At least 2 of those wins came from overtime, and one of them, the last game, was a 0-second goal. So they had Georgia played close pretty much the whole time. So it really came down to sticking hard and being very solid on those rotations, like you saw. And like you said, aerial, car control, stuff like that, Kolb was the guy that comes to mind immediately.
Yes, 100%.
And I'm sorry to UNG, we haven't quite seen you play yet, so I can't highlight individuals specifically. But Kolb last week really impressed me from Oglethorpe, I think. I'll be looking at him going into today's game again to give us some magic because, like we said about those close, evenly matched games, it can really go either way. But here we go, loading into game number 1 between Bruton Parker and Maroon Tiger Gaming. We are absolutely locked and loaded. I can't wait to see this Bruton Parker team of 3 SSLs take on Maroon Tiger Gaming.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what both of these, as we've never seen either of these play, it's going to be interesting to see what both of these teams bring today in this match.
Oh, yeah. We about to learn along with you guys at home. I'm sure even you guys in the chat are much more familiar with some of these teams. If you're fans of your college and you're repping your college, let us know in the chat as we are locked in. Here we go. The countdown has started on Champions Field. And here we go in game number 1. And we got an early shot on target from Eclipse. It would have been nice to score that early if you're MTG, but it's going to be tough to get past Bruton Parker, and you're not going to do it that easily.
Yeah, Bruton Parker is not going to allow that to happen for sure.
As Antics had a shot on target pretty early. I think if that one got down, I think it had a really good chance to go, but instead it's a good clearance from MTG, and they got the pressure going right now early.
Yeah, honestly, MTG not letting them really breathe that much right now. They're really on them.
Yeah, coming hot out of the gates is going to be the way to do it, as you do not want to let these SSLs get warm, or they will absolutely destroy you. Here we go.
No doubt about that.
It's a great pass, just unfortunately Eclipse a little bit slow off that side rotation as we have Manny backing them up into their zone. He's staying on the ball here, trying to get something off the wall, but Daff intelligently playing that back wall, making sure nothing gets in the middle there.
Yeah, some really nice aerials that I've seen so far from both sides. I've been enjoying myself a lot.
Job from Eclipse to jump that route. Unfortunately, no one else has rotated that way, and now we have Antics off the wall. He's looking for a triple touch. He can't quite get it, but his teammate is there. They might have another shot in. Great defense on the goal line from Daff, and now Kiwo trying to carry it out the other way. Gets stopped immediately by Milk, and he's got a shot on target. And that's the first goal for Bruton Parker in this game.
Yeah, very, very well defensively so far in that play from MTG, but then obviously, Milk able to capitalize on that and just score.
Yeah, honestly, looking like Bruton Parker's playing a little loose on rotation here, but when they got the ball into MTG's half, it looked like it was going to stay there for a very long time. So that boost control is definitely something these guys are going to highlight a lot in this game, as we're already back in MTG's half, and Milk trying to get this one on target, but on the near post, it's saved. What I think 2 of them went for it, so advantage going for Bruton Parker here, but all 3 members of MTG in net able to get this one away.
Oh, nice demo there.
And a good demo could set something up, but it's not going to be that easy as we have Milk going the other way. Probably looking for, ooh, he actually taps it over his teammate. So right now, not exactly the offense they wanted right now. Gives MTG a good chance to try and clear this one out. Antics keeping it in their half, and that's a great beat from Milk. And now we have a shot on target from Manny. It's just a little high.
Yeah, honestly, Bruton Parker playing pretty chill right now. I feel like they're kind of undermining MTG, and I feel like that might backfire on them.
Seems like a different approach this time from our team of SSLs against a lower-ranked team. As last week we saw KSU kind of going for everything early. These guys keeping it kind of simple and just going with their game plan, trying to get a win here. They do have a 1-goal advantage as we're about halfway through our first game. We have Eclipse going the other way. He's unfortunately not going to be able to get this one center, as that's a great pass, and now Antics unable to quite finish this one. He's a little too low on boost for that one. Going the other way is Kevlo. But just like always, Bruton Parker has these backboard rotations, and that's a sick musty to beat one. And now we have Antics setting up for something maybe. Once again, a little bit too low on boost to finish the play, but he's got teammates all over the middle, and that's going to be Manny with a double tap. Basically a free play double tap off that backboard. Great stuff from Bruton Parker so far.
Yeah, their chemistry right now, from what I've seen, is very great. They can do those aerials, those nice card controls, bounce off of walls, musty flicks and all that kind of stuff, passing them to each other, really playing some nice 1-2. For sure.
I think the major thing right now for these guys is trust. They look like they know that individually they are all so good and that they can trust each other to carry that ball all the way down the field and just be ready for a pass whenever it is to happen. He reads high. This one goes low, and Milk is going to have himself maybe an aerial. Good demo from Daff. You at least want to get ball or car. One of the two is always better than nothing. So great job from Daff on defenses. Now it's his turn to clear this one out, but he's demoed yet again.
Yeah, a lot of demos we're seeing right now. It's a very aggressive game, very aggro.
Yeah, Bruton Parker, when they make these rotates, even if they aren't able to get a great touch on the ball, they're definitely looking for Carr's second. So they definitely know how to keep a team in their own half with these great rotates so far. And this one, Manny's just a little bit too shallow, but he expects the pass, not able to quite quick aerial and get that one on target. But Antics is already there to meet Daff in the corner, not letting these guys breathe right now. But they actually have some room to go the other way. Is anyone center for this? But no, good play off the near post. Leaves Bruton Parker some time to rotate. Manny's just being a pest on the ball right now. He's got 0 boost, just taking every 50 he can.
It's time wasting, honestly. When you're up, it's pretty smart to do, honestly.
Yeah, they know they don't need another goal, but they also know that Manny knew that his teammates were low on boost, trying to give them some time. There was a chance for that one, and there's still a chance. But Daff, great save, keeping MTG in this one. But there's only a minute left, and they still need 2 goals to at least force an OT, and that one's going to be another one for Bruton Parker, this time off of one of the blue team's own cars.
Yep, there's that mistake, right there that they were able to capitalize on. Kiwu, Eclipse trying to do something, but ends up scoring an own goal.
That's a tough spot to be in. A little awkward balls right above you, and just a little bit of a miscue from the boys at Maroon Tiger Gaming, and it looks like game number 1 has gradually slipped out of their hands. But Daff maybe trying to get one more in the books, try and get him some momentum into game 2. Unfortunately, off that kickoff, he's got pretty much no boost to force that one through. And now going the other way. This one's on target. Great save though from Eclipse, and now I just want to see some signs of life from MTG towards the end of this game. Get some momentum going into game number 2.
Another demo there, been aggro from Daff right there, and what a goal there from Manny. Just it just seemed like MTG was just all over the place, not really being able to defend very well, and Manny just capitalizing on that.
Yeah, they need a bit of a mental reset here, as they were just kind of rotating wherever they could try and get the ball out of their half there. Nothing super solid going on, so it's going to be a 4th for Bruton Parker, as they have been absolutely stacking them up towards the end of this game, and will pretty swiftly take game number 1 in our first best of 5 here today.
Yeah, very impressive from Bruton Parker so far, with their rotations, their chemistry, the way that they're just able to pass to one another and trust each other on, always being on the ball.
Yeah, right now just having a little fun towards the end of the game, and they might even put another one in, but Eclipse says 4 is enough. And it looks like this will fizzle out, as that is the end of game number 1. Bruton Parker takes a clean 1-0 lead with 2 goals coming from Milk. It's a great job from them. Yeah,
no, very impressive so far from Bruton Parker. MTG just has to honestly, regroup, refresh, kind of get the strategies back onto being able to find out how they can capitalize and probably try and take game 2 against Bruton Parker.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to do it by sheer force, as Bruton Parker's rotation and their individual mechanics are very solid. So it's just going to be about, keeping that mental in check. And right now a 4-0 game to start with is not great for the mental, as we check in on some of our replays from game number 1. That was, of course, our first goal there. And we're about to see a couple more, as we know they scored 4 in this game in total.
Yeah, very impressive. Some impressive goals, but obviously, as we saw with the 3rd goal, it was tried to be defended by Eclipse, but just bouncing right off of his car and in.
Yeah, there's nothing more jittery than being down 2-0 and the ball is just floating in front of your net. You try and make any play you can on it, and sometimes it goes the wrong way. So not going to be too hard on Eclipse. It's about how they bounce back. We knew that this series was not in their favor, so if they can grab a game in these next 2, or even enforce a game 4, I mean, that's something to show, from Maroon Tiger Gaming.
Yeah, it shows that they're not just a team, just a team that's just going to be 3-0. It shows that they've got fight, determination, that they want people to say, we are a team. We know how to play. We might lose, but we're here and we know how to play. Exactly.
This is just as much for the mental as it is for your physical record, as we are into game number 2 here between Bruton Parker and Maroon Tiger Gaming. Of course, Bruton Parker, as a reminder, is up 1-0. As we are locked back in for another great 5 minutes of Rocket League, as he's already going to find his teammate in the middle. Is this one on target? It actually was, but Daff able to sniff that one out. Great early passing play from Bruton Parker, trying to crack that 0-0 gap pretty quickly. So we might see another great pass here down to Antics. This time it's going to be Eclipse who's going to jump that pass.
I want to keep reiterating how, great Bruton Parker's. Oh, wow. And a goal from MTG by Kiwo.
Maroon Tiger Gaming finding the first one in this game, and that's got to be great for the comms right now, great for the chemistry and everything. So great job from Kiwo and great job from Daft to follow that one up. If that even was tried to be cleared, he was definitely going to dunk that one. So great job from Maroon Tiger Gaming. They're up 1-0. Let's see if they can continue this momentum and maybe take a game off of the juggernauts of Bruton Parker.
They still can't let this go to their head. They think that, they're up 1, but, from what we've seen with Bruton Parker, they're just that much better, and they just can't let this really go to their head too much. They've got to just keep playing the way that they are, and hopefully they can score some more and take this game too.
Yeah, if there's going to be someone to say about it, it's going to be Milk. He tries the reset, but a great defensive play again from Eclipse. So far, he's looked, besides the one own goal, honestly, really solid on that back wall. This time he's got no boost, so it's up to Daft to clear this one to the corner. But Bruton Parker did not take that very lightly. They definitely are pressing a lot harder than they were in game number 1, and that's an unbelievable redirect from under the ball from Manny LR. And that's how you bring it back to 1-1. What a shot.
What an assist from Antics there, bouncing it off of the wall, and then Manny, just like you said, redirecting that into the corner. Could not have been any closer to the corner for that goal right there. Very impressive.
He's just too fast, and he shows it right there with that great redirect. We are back square at 1-1 with 3.5 minutes to go, and this could have been a great pass from Dapp. Is unfortunately not able to be picked up by Kiwo, and that one goes wide. We could have seen it go back up, and Kiwo's going to miss this one coming out of the corner as well, and Antics is going to pile on the second goal.
Yeah, those mistakes that we were talking about earlier. You can't really make those mistakes like that, because then the other team will definitely capitalize on that and score an easy goal.
Yeah, you just can't be making simple mistakes like that against this caliber of opponent. Unfortunately for Kiwo, his heroics with goal number 1 is going to look a bit sour after goal number 2 for Bruton Parker, and these guys are back in control, and this is not where you want to be, as these guys are so good they can just control a game from any pace. But that's a good pass right back to Kiwo. He's going to beat him in front of the net. This is so back and forth right now. Look at the great offense being played by both teams right now.
What a bounce off the wall from Kiwo. That pass from Daff right there. Great pass from Daff right there, and then Kiwo obviously able to capitalize off that nice assist from Daff.
So I'm saying you played through your top guy right there, as Daff was able to sniff out that pass from Kiwo. Kiwo making a really good heads-up play, knowing that those SSLs, if you just let them read it off the wall, they're going to basically be able to clear it every time. And we got another passing play infield. This time the shot goes a little bit wide, as Antics is going to chase this one to the other side. He wants to make a play on net here. He's got it over 1, and he's on the backboard, ready to receive that double tap in Antics. Every single member of Bruton Parker showing off their individual mechanical ability in this game so far. What a shot.
Yeah, very impressive there from Antics, being able to go onto the ceiling, bounce off the ceiling, and just with that nice card control, like you said, that double tap was just very impressive from Antics there.
He knew where he was going the whole time. He followed that one onto the sidewall, and he, showing us there why these guys are who they are, Bruton Parker, and they might look to add more, as they definitely feel themselves right now offensively. They've looked so good on the infield passes. Like, even on that, he's back passing off the sidewall jump, but Milk unfortunately not quite ready for that, but he's going to read this one off the near post. But we have a shot coming in just a little wide from Eclipse. Maroon Tiger Gaming wants one right back.
That's just how you're talking about how they're passing it back. That's just how much they trust each other, that they could pass it back and know that one of their teammates is going to be there to, either try and put it into the net or just pass it to someone else.
Yeah, you get to a certain level in this game where people are just too, used to the rotations and such, that, speaking of rotations, great job on the near post from Daft to clear that one out. But like I was saying, you get so used to these rotations and people are so mechanically sound that you can't just rely on hard hits making it past players. You have to pass infield. You have to find ways to get past a typical rotation, and so far both teams are utilizing that strategy very well.
For sure. They're both doing that very impressively. Obviously, Bruton Parker being able to do just maybe a little better, obviously, because they are up 3-2 right now.
Yeah, even shots from Maroon Tiger Gaming that have been off target have been utilizing that method very well. Antics, we see him in MTG's half a lot. He's making things happen over there, making bump plays and making great passes, as we might lead to an MTG goal. It's just barely off the near post from Kiwo, but they're still in their half, but great clear from Milk. He's going to dunk Dapp as well, and they're moving so quickly towards the MTG net that eventually it finds Manny in the center, and it's 4-2 with only a minute left. This could be the end of game number 2 for Maroon Tiger if they don't turn it around real quick.
Very impressive play there from Bruton Parker, being able to dribble it off the side wall and then, able to get it in there for Manny to score and capitalize on that.
Yeah, as good as Def is, sometimes when the opponents have that much momentum, it's really hard to get anything going. They just know exactly what you're going to do. They have such a better read on the situation because they're coming from the side that is aggressing. So just tough stuff from Daf there. Is the momentum was just a little bit too much, and we still got momentum going towards their net right now. But all 3 members of MTG back on low boost, just trying to get it out.
Yeah, Bruton Parker's just down their throat the entire time. You can see here they're just keeping it on MTG's side, not letting them able to breathe, and just trying again to score a 5th one.
You even see there, they're so quick to turn when they have even a slightly advantageous touch from one of their teammates. They turn so quick to try and move the ball forward with these infield passing plays. Is maybe a good idea from Kiwo there. Unfortunately, no one winning at midfield for that pass. And instead, it's going to be all on Daf's car control here, but he gets met all the way up towards the backboard there. And it's just going to be kind of clinical from Bruton Parker to clear this one out with only 12 seconds left. It looks like game number 2 is going to be going in their favor as well.
Yeah, Antics are very, very impressive defensively, as the entire team of Bruton Parker has been.
Oh, thought we were going to get one more. Great save from Kiwo. I was going to say, nothing to shrug at right now for Maroon Tiger. This is the type of performance that I was kind of hoping we'd see, even though, it's looking like it's going to go the way of a 3-0, but Maroon Tiger showing a lot of life in that game. They were finding ways to score and beat that rotation, and that's what you have to keep in mind if you're MTG. Like you guys can hang when it matters. So great game 2 from them.
Yeah, no, a lot more impressive from Maroon Tiger Gaming there in this game 2, as they were able to score 2, and they were in the lead. They were 1-0. Honestly, in my opinion, they just need to regroup. They need to take what they did well in this game 2 and apply it to game 3. They also need to see what they did bad, and they definitely need to. It was us, yeah. They need to, see what they did bad in game 2, and just try and not do that as often in game 3. A lot of those mistakes that they have been making that Bruton Parker was able to capitalize on, I feel like they definitely need to minimize those, because if not, then this will definitely just go 3-0.
Yeah, every time it looked like they had some momentum to work with, kind of an easy and lazy mistake on the defensive end has kind of cost them that forward momentum. So if they do find themselves in an advantageous spot in our game number 3, I hope they tighten up that defensive rotation and maybe take a game off of Bruton Parker right now. I think they bled in that game. Bruton Parker bled. They are killable. You can beat them. They are not they are definitely not invincible in game number 3. This could be the end of the road for Maroon Tiger Gaming up against the absolute juggernaut that is Bruton Parker. And a great flick play from Kiwo. Unfortunately, this is right off kickoff, so Daf maybe not the most boost, and I think that's going to be a first goal for Bruton Parker, as the rotation just wasn't quite tight enough, as jumping this route was able to just kind of leave Manny wide open.
Yeah, see, that's where I feel like you would need at least one person back on the defensive, just in case for mistakes like that, so that you can at least have someone to try and clear that ball out, or buy you some time for the rest of your teammates to come back.
It's the illusion that is kickoff control. When the kickoff goes to your side at the beginning, you think, we got all the momentum going forward, but in reality, all 3 members of Bruton Parker were probably able to get back and get full boost and just kind of deal with the situation. So, unfortunately, for Maroon Tiger Gaming, they're gonna have to play from behind here, but they got some good momentum forward. Manny is completely out of boost, so maybe they can turn this into something positive. As Daft looking for Eclipse in the middle, he's slightly turned around, and Antics is just not having any of that.
Antics very impressive right now.
Yeah, he is reading the situation so well, as he's able to jump routes and put some advantageous passes towards Maroon Tiger Gaming's net so far, as well as Manny's been great at finishing them, as he shows us some great backboard defense. But Dap with the bump is going to lead to another shot from Kiwo. That's his 3rd goal of this series. He is absolutely striking right now.
That was an impressive goal right there from Kiwo, as he was able to get that very tight angle and get it into that corner right there. That was very, very impressive, and I really liked that goal right there from Kiwo. He's been very impressive.
This is what I was talking about in our pregame. You need to stay sharp and just rely on your really talented SSL player in Daf, and he finally saw Daf make that opening, and he was absolutely not slow on finding the end result of that play, which was a goal. I thought there might have been a shot on target there, but I didn't quite see Manny on the other side. Instead, it's going to be a shot towards the Maroon Tiger Gaming goal. I thought that one had a chance as well, but a lot of scrambling from Maroon Tiger as the shots kept raining in. They're able to reset it. Now Eclipse has a shot on net, but Manny on the back post. Not going to let that happen, as well as Antics able to clear this one out.
Yeah, I was going to say it was very impressive from Daph being able to almost distract the Bruton Parker player that was up there with them, and then Kiwo obviously able to come in and score that with that tight angle right there.
Yeah, good comms there. Daph definitely flipped out of the way, but that's a great flick as well. Is there anyone center? It's going to be Eclipse to clear that one out, and now that one got past Manny. Just a little bit too inclined. Kiwo's over there to receive this one. Maybe he gets a shot towards the middle. It's going to be Milk reading that pass. But Daph's sticking around. He realizes it's a bit awkward. He's going to get bumped out of the play. There's a lot going on right now in front of the net in terms of players not able to go anywhere, but that pinch is going to spell the end of Maroon Tiger Gaming's offense for now.
Yeah, very impressive defense from both. You know, being able to really clear the balls from either side, both Maroon Tiger Gaming and Bruton Parker really playing some very nice defense as we haven't seen a goal in quite some time right now with 2 minutes and 27 left in this match.
That really felt like the only awkward spot of the game so far as things kind of fizzled out. These guys have been so solid and so quick around the field that it's the first time we were really able to catch our breath. As now Daph headed the other way. His shot is intercepted by Antics on that near post back wall. Kiwo trying to get something else from that, but Antics is just glued to the ball right now as it heads back up the field for Bruton Parker. This one going to go in front of net. No. Daph,
again,
great job from him.
Both just way too impressive defensively right now as they're both able to just clear from each other's nets.
This is when the warm-up is really hitting. You kind of understand each other's play styles, and it's going to be whatever team decides to break the mold first with an interesting play that might catch the other team off guard, and that could have been it. Daph got the dunk, but the defense once again thwarts MTG's efforts. I don't know where Manny thinks he's going. He's got no boost.
This to me looks like it's whoever makes the first mistake capitalizes, and as I say that, there's the goal from Antics for Bruton Parker.
Just a little over-rotation yet again as the double commit comes through there, and I think Eclipse just expected one of his teammates to find that ball on the ground, and neither of them did, and instead it's going to part the orange sea and find the goal.
I see what you did there.
Actually, blue sea. Sorry. I didn't do anything there, actually. What Bruton Parker did is it's 2-1. They got 90 seconds to try and save their series here as when this clock hits 0 right now. That'll be the end of things for Maroon Tiger Gaming, and Antics almost finding another goal, just bullying his way through the defense, but instead it's saved, but the momentum is all still in Bruton Parker's favor as they try and find what could be the dagger.
Yeah, I won't let you. Antics has definitely been that guy in this entire series so far. He's just all over MTG, defensively, offensively, with the aerials and all that. Honestly, he just knows this game so well.
And when I say this, I mean this in every positive way. He seems annoying to play against.
Oh, 100%. I would not want to. If I was, in any of those kind of rings, I would not want to play against him.
He's just always looking for any miniature mistakes. That's an unbelievable read off of the top corner from Manny LR. Yet again, showing off his finishing prowess as he finds another one. Look at this. Comes off the seam, and he's able to chase it down with whatever boost he has remaining.
And, of course, with the assist was Antics. So, Antics is really being that standout player, whether it's with the goal or an assist.
He's just facilitating on both ends right now, and it right there pays off yet again for Bruton Parkers. That was probably the dagger as we are down to 30 seconds left in game number 3. Bruton Parker with pretty much all to say in this game, as this is going to be possibly the end of the series right here. As Manny gets the reset, he's going to find another goal, and it looks like in the pre-show what we had was a bit more of a spoiler than a prediction.
Yeah, no, for sure. Very impressive, card control aerial there from Manny, being able to do that double tap right there off the wall. And with very little boost, he was able to get that in there as well. Very impressive.
He seems like he is able to do quite a lot with the little boost. As your gas proved that maybe Maroon Tiger has a little bit of life left in him, but unfortunately, even if they do, there's not much time to really show it off as we are down under 10 seconds. And all the positive things we could say about Maroon Tiger Gaming in game number 2 just haven't quite shown themselves in game 3 as the clock runs out. Bruton Parker is your winners today.
With our predictions being correct.
Fashion, yeah.
But what's funny is that the first one was 4-0, the second one was 4-2, and the third one was 4-1. So the goals changed for Maroon Tiger Gaming in each match.
I didn't even realize Britton Parker scored 4 goals in
In
every
each
game.
one,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're right. They did. I mean, that's pretty insane.
Yeah, very insane. But obviously, as we predicted, Britton Parker just being the better team, defensively, offensively, in rotations with the aerial, the car control and all that stuff. They were just the better team. They just outshined Maroon Tiger. But I do want to say Maroon Tiger Gaming had a lot of fight in them. They did not let themselves, although they did lose 3-0. They didn't let themselves at least be 4-0'd in every single game. At least they scored some goals.
Look, the rank disparity, we knew coming into it. Everyone who's playing knew the rank disparity coming into this game. I'm sure Maroon Tiger Gaming, their expectations definitely weren't to, come out here and destroy Britton Parker. So I hope whatever they did set for themselves in this game, they did show quite a bit of life in Game 2 and Game 3 especially, with some great offense, some good innovation that they show with those infield passes. I just hope that they got a little bit of what they wanted today, and some good practice definitely against one of the top teams in our region.
No, yeah. They definitely put up a good fight against Britton Parker, one of the top teams as we've seen so far with these brackets. And I hope that they take this as nothing down, or sad. I hope they take this and see that with themselves that they're actually a really good fighting team, that they know how to play. Obviously they played playing a team like Britton Parker, you're most likely not going to go in and be like, yeah, we're going to 3-0 them or beat them like 3-1 or 4-1 or whatever. But they were very impressive, and I hope that they see that themselves and take it into consideration moving forward and playing some of these other teams.
Well, that checks off 2 of the teams that we haven't quite seen on stream yet. Exciting stuff to see 2 other great teams in our region as we are getting ready to jump over to our second game of the day, which, to reiterate for everyone who is either jumping into the stream now to watch your college play, which will be Oglethorpe and UNG, or if you just missed the intro, we do have our second best of 5 today, which is between a returning Oglethorpe and University of Northern Georgia. These guys are pretty evenly matched, and Jose went over the ranks earlier.
Yeah, there's Oglethorpe with 2 grand champs and 1 champ 3, and then over on UNG side, all 3 are grand champ 1s.
Right, exactly. So that's an interesting one. I feel like collegiately, you get a lot of dispersed ranks.
Yeah.
But at the moment, all 3 teammates being the same rank, that must be fun for practice. You guys can just play ranked easily.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the same thing with Britton Parker. They were all SSL, so easy.
Oh, yeah.
Easy press. So we've had 2 colleges today who all 3 players are the same rank, so it makes it fun to practice for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are probably climbing together. I think even on our caster info, they were all like even like a game apart. Like it was like 1505, 1506.
Yeah, they were all like right there. Which make practicing a lot easier because you're all like right there.
So hey, maybe we'll see some pretty crazy chemistry from the guys at University of North Georgia. As you said, we have a bit more of a rank disparity on the Oglethorpe side. Their C3, I believe. I remember him playing really well against Georgia specifically, but the guy Kolb,
who's I believe a grand champ 2,
who is I think their highest ranked guy, was all over UGA in that match. So
he's gonna be
definitely
the one to
keep your eye on him if you guys aren't familiar with these teams. As we're unfamiliar with North Georgia just straight up, so we'll be learning alongside you guys who's really the standout, because it's hard to tell when you're all the same rank.
No, for sure. It's hard to pick a standout from 3 players who are all the same rank, but it'll be interesting to see who is the standout in UNG. But yeah, as you said, Kolb versus UGA was definitely the standout for me, as he was just all over UGA defensively, offensively, with the rotations, the aerials, the car control, all that stuff. He was just so impressive to me, and for me is a standout for Oglethorpe.
You got to be a very confident player to hit that last second goal like he did against UGA.
For sure.
I mean, that's putting some of your self-confidence right on display there as he went up for that shot.
That's also an ego boost, in my opinion. That's made his ego go so much higher.
Yeah, I still think about the time that I've scored goals like that. It's still in my brain like 2 years later. So
I was gonna say, it just stays in the back of your head, and you can always bring it back to the front in your memories. Any of the last second goals that you may have scored in playing Rocket League. I still remember some of them as well, honestly. They've made me scream out the top of my lungs in excitement, honestly.
Yeah, and if he can carry, and his teammates can carry some of that momentum earlier from the UGA game into this one, then, these guys are so evenly matched. That confidence level that you play with is so important. If you go into a game feeling a little shaky or whatnot, it can really either frustrate you quickly if you make an early mistake, or just kind of destroy your mental from the get-go. So just call back on those, because these guys have both won big games last week. Obviously, Oglethorpe, unfortunately, got 3-0'd by Georgia State.
My
off
college,
stream.
baby. Let's go.
But a good showing versus UGA.
Yeah, for sure.
And UNG, I think, are 2-0. So
It's going to be
those guys definitely have some confidence coming into today. That's why on the pre-show we did mention that both of us are thinking it's UNG, but narrowly. I think a
Narrowly.
3-2.
Yeah, I
is
think
definitely
either
on the
a 3-2. Honestly, it could go 5 games. If it's not 3-2, then definitely probably 4-1.
Definitely all close games.
It's going to be for sure. And I feel like a lot of these are going to go into overtime as well. I feel like with this evenly
sure.
matched of colleges right here.
And here you guys see a bit of a preview here as we're starting to get ready to jump into our second best of 5 of the day. Thank you, everybody who is tuning in right now for watching our first game. And if you are a part of the fan base for either of those first 2 teams, why not stick around? Let's watch some more Georgia Rocket League together as we get ready for Oglethorpe versus University of North Georgia here.
Who doesn't love watching Rocket League, whether it's for your college or not? Honestly, I will watch anyone play.
Yeah.
Especially
Load up
with
the
these
bots.
ranks. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
We could be here all day if you load up the bot lobbies. But this is definitely far from one as we jump into game number 1 between Oglethorpe and UNG here on Champions Field. We have UNG in the blue and Oglethorpe as the orange team here today. As early doors, Sleepy's looking to take a lot of control. Coming off his back post, trying to get a double tap to get some momentum back in their favor. But right now, off the kickoff, a lot of pressure coming from Oglethorpe.
There was Cole right there. As we mentioned, he's been the standout. So let's see what he's able to do here in this matchup versus UNG.
Yep, as we start to also be able to mentally separate which guys on UNG are going to be the difference makers today, as we might see an early goal from Sharkey, unfortunately. He's going to read that one just a little bit too far inside. And now we got Kolb on the ball. A 0 boost, though. So that one's going to be snuffed out pretty quickly as Sleepy finds it on the back post. Early doors, Sleepy is having some really great saves off that back wall, making sure that Oglethorpe gets absolutely nothing going from that back wall. That's a demo from Sleepy, and that leads to an open net from Sharkey, and he's not going to miss that one as we see the first goal of the game going for UNG.
That was a perfectly timed demo there from Sleepy for Sharkey to just have an open net and just score. Those are the ones that are just perfect. Those are the ones you need to capitalize on, is a demo that puts you in an advantage to be able to score.
You might be sitting there in between games thinking these guys are just yapping, but look at that chemistry right there from the all GC1 team. That play took so much chemistry and trust in each other, going for that demo, everyone playing behind him, and just a tap-in goal from Sharkey. As we see another bump here, but this time from Sharkey trying to repay the favor for Huey, but he's able to take that demo attempt on the chin and clear that one out. And now Oglethorpe trying to get a little bit of momentum going, but the full boost from Sharkey is able to clear this one all the way back.
Yeah, so far for me, the standout's looking like Sharkey, because he's just everywhere, offensively, defensively, really down the necks of Oglethorpe.
Yeah, a lot of these guys early showing prowess as here comes Kolb. He's got a lot of momentum, and the ball is right ahead of him, and he's going to take this one and tuck it into that top corner as Kolb, showing us once again why we have to mention his name when we talk about Oglethorpe. What a goal.
Don't know what Sharkey was doing there. He did like a backflip. Don't know what he was doing there.
Yeah, I think taking everybody off guard coming off of his is basically in his half on his sidewall. So that aerial dribble basically going the full distance of the field, catching everyone on UNG on their heels, and tucking away the first goal to bring us back even. After 2 minutes have been played, we are deadlocked again through game number 1, and we might not be for a second. What a save from Sharkey, as well as his teammate. They pinched it together, and now Sleepy might have a chance on net. He instead opts for the bump. Great communication. Huey is right behind him. We couldn't quite tell on the cam, but as soon as I saw Sleepy go for the guy instead of the ball, I figured, wow, UNG.
That's another great example right there of great communication. Instead of trying to go and score the goal, Sleepy there just making sure that the player from Oglethorpe wasn't able to get to the ball, and then obviously Huey capitalizing on that and scoring.
Yeah, we can tell right now their game plan involves a lot of violence right now, as the bumps have been integral in their offense so far, and I'm sure they're going to continue this as it has been working so far. Let's see if Oglethorpe can recover, but so far the offense from UNG is just too much for them right now.
Yeah, you can tell one team has definitely played together a lot and have great chemistry. The rotations they've been just practicing constantly, whereas with Oglethorpe right now, it doesn't seem like there's much, even though they have been impressive in some matches.
they just can see that they're shaky right now. I mean, all they did on that goal was just let Turner attempt to clear it for himself, and he gets a slightly subpar touch that unfortunately none of his teammates can get to in time, and they just have an open shot. I mean, they're going to let Oglethorpe make these mistakes as long as they seem a little shaky, and we're going to see another goal. There's just no sign of stopping right now for UNG as Oglethorpe is just so far on the back foot on these plays. They're just letting Huey do whatever he wants on their own back wall.
And now each player from UNG has scored a goal. Sharky with 2, Huey and Sleepy both with 1.
Spreading the love right now.
For sure. They want to make sure that every single one of them can score at least 1.
I mean, definitely not unexpected. Like we said, they're all the exact same rank. I'm sure they are grinding rank together every night right now, as you can see how prepared they were for this game. But Turner's got an open net, and this is another one for Oglethorpe. So that's 4-2 right now. Oglethorpe is showing some signs of life. That they're able to stop the bleeding here. See if they can turn things around. They got plenty of time left in this game.
For sure. Definitely more entertaining game than the previous matches that we saw with Maroon Tiger Gaming and Bruton Parker, for sure.
Yeah, and also we have a much more evenly matched rank disparity here. So
for sure,
at any point in time, these games can kind of flip on their head. As I don't think this one is at the moment at 5-2. UNG finding another goal. I mean, just defensively,
Oglethorpe just kind of fell asleep there defensively. No one was going for anything. It seems like
they just aren't really helping each other out.
Yeah, no, there's not great communication right now between the Oglethorpe players. It seems like, whereas UNG has just got 100 chemistry. In my opinion, their communication is crazy.
Even though, like, Turner backflips a net there, I feel like he should have had a teammate to help him out there, but Cruzen needs no help as he's got another goal for Oglethorpe. It feels like
we just keep, back and forth. Yeah, back and forth with the goals.
Are we watching an NBA game? What's happening?
Yeah, I know, right? Like,
no defense right now.
Yeah, no, both of them are just kind of just slacking right now in defense, which just kind of baffles me a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you.
Just trying to get the jitters out, trying to see exactly how they want to carry out in this best of 5 as both teams have plenty of time to sharpen things up defensively. As we might see another goal as this one is on target from Turner, and it's 5-4. What is happening?
What is going on? What's happening to UNG? UNG is just like crumbling before our eyes right now.
It's even hard
I'm speechless.
to give analysis right now.
Yeah,
it's
I
just
can't
goal
talk.
after goal.
I'm literally speechless. I don't know what to say. It's baffling to me. What's going on in front of my eyes right now?
Basically, whoever's been getting momentum off the kickoffs has kind of had the better offense going forward. As there's a demo, which means that Oglethorpe is in a 2v3 momentarily, but a good clear from Turner means
time for their demoed partner to come back.
Exactly. So they're sticking in this corner. Turner's got 2 touches here, but Hugh Dog, big clear from out of net. I don't know if anyone's back. This is ridiculous.
Like, Hugh, that very nice shot right there from Hugh, but I don't know what happened to...
Everybody needs to take a deep breath.
Colbin, I feel like at the end of this game 1 here, everyone just needs to take a breather, find zen, just calm yourself, and just regroup. Honestly, because I don't know what's going on right now. This is the most baffling game of Rocket League I've probably seen in my life, as we're just going back and forth right now with the goals.
We have 10 goals in 4 minutes right now in this game number 1, and it shows pretty much no sign of stopping.
No, definitely not.
Especially if Sharky has something to say about it. He tends to leave that ball for his teammate. Hugh Dog he lets one sing at net, and there's another whiff, which means Sleepy has a chance, but Turner from side hip of him is able to clear that one out. So we just keep going back and forth.
I'll just say they've both been impressive aerially with their car controls and how they control just the situations on on their sides of the nets.
For sure, mechanically they've looked solid, but neither team has been able to keep an offensive or defensive rotation going for really any longer than a couple plays. As that one looks towards the middle, no one able to get onto the back of that one, as UNG was looking for their 7th goal in this game. But there's only 20 seconds, and this gap from Oglethorpe right now being 2 goals might be a bit too much unless they could show some last-second heroics like they showed us against UGA. But right now, 10 seconds remain, and the ball remains in their half. I think this one is going to go to UNG for game number 1. Yeah, I think it's done here.
Yeah, no, it's definitely it's over here. Game 1 going to UNG. Oh my gosh, they just want to keep playing. There we go. No, it's 1-0 to UNG. What a game! What a crazy game. Honestly, for half of that match, I don't know what I was watching.
We could do replays for like 6 minutes here.
No, for sure.
There were so many goals. I need everyone at home, especially everyone in this lobby, to just
Find Zen.
in through the nose, out through the mouth.
Meditate.
Just take a deep breath and lock those defensive rotations and offensive rotations in. Because both teams have such a say in this series. You guys are so evenly matched. I feel like I would hate to see this game one being a frustration
Yeah, no,
for
for
either
sure.
of these teams.
Yeah. I just feel like they all just need to align their chakras and find Zen. Just relax and
Find your inner self, and it
And
might
just-
lead to a Rocket League win today.
just, play better defensively because it just seemed like for most of this match they were both just lacking. I don't know if they fell asleep or what defensively, but offensively
The pieces are clearly there. They were very easily able to help each other out offensively, give good communications to each other, and realize, oh, I need help here, or like infield pass coming now. They can communicate well offensively, leading to a lot of their goals. But defensively, no one was really there on that back wall to help anything clear. No one was jumping to that front post and making a play on the ball, so it gives his teammates more time to save it. I think right now, you just need that same energy from offense to communicate well and find some defensive stops.
They definitely need better rotations defensively because it's shown that it's lacked.
Yep,
sure.
and that was our intense 10-goal game number one as we load in here on game number two, and we see an early double commit from you, NG, and anybody is able to get back in time. All three of them, in fact, are actually able to find themselves in the net in time for the Oglethorpe shot. As some great early defense there shown. Let's see if they can keep it up for our 5-minute match in game number two. Sleepy right there. Look, he knows the Hugh Dog needs help on that near side, so he jumps the route and he's able to clear it. But unfortunately, that high bounce is going to lead to basically no shot coming through, and instead it's going to go the other way of Oglethorpe with an errant touch from Sleepy. It could lead to some momentum for the orange team here.
See, now UNG is starting to show a little bit better rotation defensively as Hugh Dog was there to be able to defend that nicely.
Yeah, right now we're seeing a bit more. That solid rotation. Cold is going to read that one from the shadowing position, and his teammate, Turner, is able to clear this one very wide as UNG's got two players stuck on this near post. They might have some momentum towards the goal, but great job by Sharky to read this one, but he pinches it back towards his own net. Hugh Dog, though. Safe pair of hands in net. Hugh Dog's able to clear this one out as Sleepy, unfortunately, is going to touch this one straight to Turner going the other way. We're back and forth right now as neither team is able to dig their heels in offensively.
Yeah, no, it's just, again, that whole back and forth. There's no one able to score, though, because, as we've said, they've stepped up defensively. The rotations are definitely better defensively. It looks like they've switched now. The rotations offensively aren't the best, but the rotations defensively are better now, so they just completely switched.
Yeah, maybe it's a bit of boost control that they need, because you need boost for both scenarios, and if you're using all your boost defensively, that offense will never find its way in the game. And right now, Oglethorpe answering our prayers, finally finding some momentum to stick UNG in their own half, as we even see Sleepy in that. He's got nothing in the tank. It's up to Hugh Dog to find those 50-50s, and Sleepy, though, off the near post, able to find that shot.
Yeah. Nice.
There he is again.
Sleepy just on it.
You see in game number one, I don't know if Sharky's coming out for that, but he's able to read his teammate there, realizing that Sleepy's only touch is to play that one off the sidewall. And it's a great job from Sharky to jump and play that 50 for his teammate. And now we could see some momentum going the other way. Quick off the sidewall. Sharky's there, though. He's still behind the ball. But Cold, too quick from that back post to jump the route there. So he's looking for an infield pass. We could see Turner on the back of this one instead. It's going to fall to Cruzen and could slow down a lot here for Oglethorpe.
A lot of demos in this match as well, from what I've seen. They love playing aggro.
It's just a great way to break the rotation. It's unexpected, and if your teammates aren't calling out positioning for you, you could just get demoed at any second. As Cruzen plays this one forward, he wishes he had a lot of boost there. He could have done something pretty cool there, but Sleepy clearing off the back line. A lot more offense from Oglethorpe in this half, but UNG locking in defensively are able to thwart their efforts so far with only 1:50 remaining at this point in the game. Last time we had 10 goals, now we have 0.
Yeah, Oglethorpe definitely stepping it up offensively as they've had it on UNG's half a lot longer than UNG has had it on Oglethorpe's side. But again, UNG just able to play defensively very well.
So far, a lot of UNG's best chances in this game are coming right now as they have them locked into their own half, but Sleepy, no boost, has to play this one into the middle where none of his teammates reside, but Huey playing that far back anchor position is able to clear this one out. Doing a great job as third man right now is Hugh Dog. As as he clears the other way, looking for maybe some of his teammates off this dunk, but Cruzen plays it low. His teammates are still always stacked behind him. Oglethorpe not able to break all of this pressure right now, as UNG are everywhere on these rotations.
With a minute left, I think we might be seeing overtime. First overtime in this week.
I wouldn't be inclined to doubt you on that call, but so far the offenses have been so close to scoring as we have the switch flipped yet again. It's Oglethorpe with this chance to score, and Cruzen's headed straight for the net. Finally
a goal. I mean,
someone to break the deadlock.
what was that, 4 minutes and 15 seconds later?
Yeah, that is 4 minutes and 15 seconds, and Cruzen was able to find the first mistake. I guess maybe even not really a mistake, which unfortunately for Sleepy, he had absolutely no boost to clear it off his own sidewall. And now it's going to be UNG who needs to find a gap in the Oglethorpe rotation, as instead they're going to eat another goal with 35 seconds left. Kolb doing what he does best, hopping in for that third man.
Being down the necks of his opponents.
We saw him play that same spot last week when he was able to find that game-winning goal against UNG, playing that third man versus UGA. Not UNG, who was in this game.
Right now, yeah.
But yeah, that third man spot from him, he was able to find the bounce. He's able to read the defense so much better from that position.
For sure. He's just that player, honestly.
And you want to give whoever is most confident in their shooting prowess that spot to be able to read the defense and figure out where those gaps are. And finding his time to strike, as there's pretty much no time left for UNG to strike with 9 seconds left. They had a chance there, but it's thwarted again by Kolb. And that's going to be game number 2 going the other way.
Yeah, see, very impressive from Oglethorpe being able to step it up and take game number 2 right there.
I feel like no surprise here that the evenly matched teams have started 1-1.
Yeah.
I think this is the critical point in the series. Game 3 is always so important. Can you make the adjustments that are necessary from game 1 and 2? You know how this team is going to play. You know that when UNG's clicking offensively, they're looking for a lot of those bumps and demos, trying to clear out open shots for their teammates. And you know when Oglethorpe is clicking offensively, that they're looking for you to make any sort of double commit or overcommit for Kolb to just come in and take that goal away from you immediately.
Or just any mistake in general for Kolb to be able to come from behind and just capitalize and score what could possibly or most likely be an open goal.
Yeah, and with that being said, it's going to be about what are these teams going to do about that? That's going to make them different, because right now we're deadlocked. Basically, in a series that has kind of been strange with a 2-goal game and a 10-goal game. My worry is for UNG. They were able to take the game where all the mistakes were being made, but in that game where both teams were firing on all cylinders, it kind of looked like UNG was a little slower. They looked a little behind. They looked like they weren't able to keep up with boost control as well as they were in the first game, so it's kind of a bounce-back moment for them.
Yeah, they just need to regroup, re-strategize. Obviously, you know, since this is game 3, they can take what they did wrong and right and just kind of improve, and hopefully they, you know, in their mind, take game 3.
Absolutely. They got to break the momentum of Oglethorpe. They feel confident. They just took that one away from you 2-0, and they're going to start this game 1-0 off of the early mistake from UNG.
Hugh, they're not being able to get to that one there.
Yeah, he's just a little forward, and, you know, he had a chance at that one, but probably a miss input on the flip, as he looks like he flicked the absolute wrong way he was attending, and that's a heartbreaker. Do not hang your head on that one, UNG. You still got 4 minutes and 50 seconds left to make this game possible.
Don't let that get to you, honestly, because then that's when you're going to start playing worse, and you're going to let, you know, more mistakes will be made, and Oglethorpe will just be able to capitalize every single time on that.
Yeah, and as we saw in game number 1, you really can't give either team any sort of breathing room, or we're going to hang 10 goals on each other in this series. But right now, Kolb may be an errant touch, but no one really forward is able to leave Cruzen to what I thought was about to be a good clear. Instead, we got Kolb on the sidewall, going to get beat by Sleepy. Now UNG might show some signs of life offensively. Sharky's got a bit of a dribble play lined up, but Kolb off of the inside post, he's there every time.
He's everywhere, Kolb. Defensively, offensively, he's just there.
That was a great pass from Kolb. Unfortunately, he had no boost to finish that one off. And unfortunately, his teammates were not quite there to finish it either, but he's able to get back in time to stop that one from just rolling in. And he is everywhere right now. Through a minute, he's already got basically 200 points and no goals. That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, that is crazy. We just saw again another demo. These guys love playing aggro, as we said.
Oh, that would have been
And
could have been
almost
dicey
Hugh.
from Hugh, and instead it's going to go wide. Sharky has to find it off that near post, and Turner with the whiff and the demo, but no one is home to be the third man to take a shot there. Unfortunately, Hugh Dog was all the way back in net. But luckily, because of the good offensive rotation, the boost is low on the Oglethorpe side of things. But Hugh Dog carrying that one over, then never having a chance to really put anything on target there. So Oglethorpe just still looks like the faster team right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like if Hugh Dog scored their own goal, that definitely would have probably got to him. But he just definitely doesn't, he can't let those things get to him.
Sharky yet again looking for that demo, and really good from Kolb to deny it. Basically, like I said, they know that UNG is going to be looking for that. As in game number 1, they looked for it so much, and they will continue to do as Sleepy now barreling towards net. Great save from Kolb. Make sure he does not get dunked by the incoming UNG member. Instead, now we have Hugh Dog, who's going to get himself a double tap, and we are back even 1-1.
That was very nicely controlled there from Hugh Dog. Just precision, accuracy with the aerial and the finish there. A nice double tap, as you said.
No, I'm not a huge fan of UNG's wide rotations, but sometimes you get in those pockets where each individual player can make their own dribble play on net, and the individual performances can sometimes shine through. But what they looked so good in game number 1 was when they were playing together. And right now, Oglethorpe is, as that infield pass was almost slotted into the bottom post, but great save from Sleepy. As things stay at 1-1, we are halfway through proceedings here in game 3. Pivotal game for this series, as whoever wins this one will be on match point. So we are only running BO5s in the Georgia Esports League. Huey trying to find himself maybe another crazy play, but Kolb knowing to clear that one high, and Turner's going to beat someone through the air. Can Sleepy get back in time? It's going to be a no, and Turner finds himself his first goal of the match, but the second for Oglethorpe, and this one brings them ahead 2-1.
Yeah, that just goes to show how crucial Kolb has been for Oglethorpe, as he's just been everywhere defensively and offensively, being able to clear everything and just assisting his teammates.
I love watching a good anchor play. It's a position that I think when teams have rank disparity like this, where you do have a highest ranked player on your team, it's a great spot for them. Because when you have all that experience and you play a spot where you're able to read exactly what's happening, you know they have the mechanical prowess to play the ball where you want. And it just frees you up so much, as you saw Turner there was able to just kind of take an aerial at the ball after Kolb played that one off his own backboard. Now Kolb's got some possession and maybe some boost under his legs as he's got a shot towards Hugh Dog, but able to wait patiently on that goal line and clear it for now. The Oglethorpe offense is so sharp and they keep pushing. That's a good bump, but Sharky able to clear for now.
You just tell it, Oglethorpe has definitely been on UNG's side a lot longer than UNG has been on Oglethorpe's side in this match so far.
They've been playing that counterattack really well. I mean, every time that the ball gets towards their side, the clear comes at least within the first shot or two, as Cruzen maybe an ill-advised jump from him, but instead Turner's got a shot on net, and Sharky's not able to get up quick enough, and Turner finds his second goal of the game, 3-1 Oglethorpe.
Crazy. And that just surprises me too, as I've been seeing that UNG has been controlling boost, but still, even with that, Oglethorpe just finds ways to just capitalize on situations and just outdo UNG in this match here, in this game 3.
To me, it just really seems like the confidence might be low on the boys right now, as these wide rotations just keep letting Oglethorpe have these moments where they can make these incisive dunks and basically forwarding passes from UNG, and it's led to a lot of offensive pressure for them so far. And it might continue to, as I thought for a second Cruzen was going to have himself another chance on net. This time, out of the Oglethorpe corner comes UNG. Now Sharky's got a shot, and he's able to make it a 1-goal game. It's not all over yet for UNG, as they've got more to say.
With 37 seconds left, this 1 goal here, UNG could definitely score another one and take this to OT.
Kolb there on the near post, a rare overplay from him. I think he, was maybe thinking that the touch was going to come through a little more effectively, but instead the kickoff almost came through for Oglethorpe, but the double backwards rotation from UNG is able to thwart it for now. Sharky, though, using all his boost, but he gets the dunk, and he's still got one more to go. This one's on target, but Turner has everything he needs. He's got the boost and positioning. He's got a clear view of that save, and now he's putting some pressure on UNG's net. Great play from Turner to advance the ball here.
Yeah, it definitely seems like Oglethorpe's tighter rotation plays are definitely working out better than UNG's more wider ones, for sure.
They're able to just kind of control and read where the ball is going a lot better when you have the majority of the touches. And now Cruzen's got a rifle on net, but a great save from Hugh Dog. Keeps the ball in the air. They have a chance to send this to OT as there is 0 seconds left, but as soon as the ball touches the ground, that is going to spell the end of Game 3 for UNG. And now Oglethorpe has the advantage, and they've won that pivotal game. And now the next match will be, or the next game will be for match point for Oglethorpe.
Yeah, no. From what I've seen so far with Oglethorpe, they're not a team to sleep on, for sure. They might be, more of a disparity in terms of, their ranks and stuff, but they're definitely not one to sleep on, as they beat GSU UGA 3-1 and now are leading UNG 2-1.
It's hard to balance those ranks when you have a guy like Kolb who has been SSL compared to an all GC1 team. It's hard to really balance exactly what makes one team a higher ranked team technically on paper, but I'll tell you what does, and that's beating each other. So right now Oglethorpe, in my mind, looking like the much better team, is they've just looked a lot faster around the field.
Yeah,
you can't harp
for sure.
on it enough how their play style in game 2 and 3 has just basically...
It's like a switch was flipped.
Exactly. They've clogged all the holes in their defense. They're not letting up 6 goals. They've barely even let up goals in these games. Obviously, last game, 2 goals came in the later stages, but they had control. They were up the whole time, which is very important.
This tighter rotation is definitely paying off a lot better for them compared to UNG's wider one. Like you said, they're able to control better. Offensively, defensively, they're able to just capitalize a lot better, and it seems like UNG's wider rotations are opening up for more mistakes as well.
And the only question I have left with UNG is, do they have enough left in the tank to send us to a Game 5? Like we were saying on the pre-show, these teams are so evenly matched, we would love to see this one go the distance. But it's going to be all down to the mental of these UNG guys if they can stretch it out for a 5th game. But right now, Oglethorpe still feeling themselves, finding these passes to get clearances easier, and now Cruzen sending this one off the back wall. They've got control. There's a demo. It's up to Turner. Can he get this one center quick enough? He gets it past Hugh Dog as he's not able to read it correctly. Put Sharkey on that near post. Great save from him. He's going to beat one in the midfield. He's been so great at turning the defensive rotation into offense right now with these dunks, but that was so close.
What a save from Turner right there. Dang. Impressive.
That's so hard when you're facing backwards in your own net. All he has to do is pray and hit a backflip, and that time the prayer was answered. And Oglethorpe, though, offensively kind of throwing off Hugh Dog and net. Turner, another touch that throws off the defense of UNG there, but nothing able to come from it as we were headed the other way.
Oglethorpe definitely the more impressive team so far in this match right here.
Liking what UNG are doing, though. Right now, they're finding the demos like they like to in the game plan. We've seen a lot of good help plays made on that near post. Oh, my God. As we're trying to...
There we go.
As we're looking to make me nauseous on the desk here.
You see throw up just all over this table.
Viewer discretion is advised
exactly.
now from going on in, looks like Sleepy. He actually switched cars. He's on the Fennec now. Maybe he thought his 50s weren't going his way and he needed to switch it up. But another demo from the Oglethorpe offense might lead to a goal off the inside of the far post. It is not going to find the opening goal that Oglethorpe wants right now, but they are not done offensively. If this ball sticks into the UNG half, it's going to be up to one of these UNG players to make a difference on the defense here, and this time it looks like it's going to be Sleepy. That touch, not all that he wanted. I don't know if he had any boost there to clear that one. And Oglethorpe just keeps flying. Turner not able to find that one, but Kolb is obviously right there with another touch headed towards net. Cruzen finds another demo. These guys are relentless right now.
Yeah, Kolb definitely just everywhere. He's even when his teammates aren't able to get to it or whatever, he's just always there to just make sure that he's the one to get to it every single time. Impressive from him.
Sharkey making a good play in an awkward spot, but he's going to get dunked by Kolb as this almost headed on net. Great heads up play from Sleepy to clear this one off of his back wall. Finds Hugh Dog in the center, who pops this one into the corner. This is not where you really want the ball to be if you're UNG, because now Kolb's got full boost and headed it straight at your net, and he's going to beat almost everyone, but Sharkey, too quick on the rotation, finds his way to the back post and clears that one off his goal line as it's UNG showing those signs of life.
For sure. Now I don't want to say anything too soon like I did last time, but from the looks of it, this one might go to OT, but who knows, because last time I said that Oglethorpe went and scored 2 goals.
There, I'll say it this time. It's going to come down to the first mistake.
There we go. That's probably better.
which fortunately we did not cast a curse that time, as that was a great save made by the UNG boys yet again. And now Hugh Dog's got a shot on net, and there's the demo from Sharky, but Kolb able to read that his teammate was about to explode, and he clears it off of his back post this time. The defense is absolutely lights out.
Again, like I said, Kolb always making sure to be there just in case. Because you never know with Rocket League.
So what's important about having these 5-game series is you just have time to make adjustments. In a ranked game, this UNG-style offense with all of these demo-heavy plays could really catch you off guard. When you've got time in a more competitive format to adjust, this is what you get. You get a tight game like this with only 1 minute left. Sharky might have just made the difference with an unbelievable redirect off of Oglethorpe's backboard. Look at this.
Man, and Kolb thinking that he was going to get to that, but then Sharky out of nowhere coming in with that boost and just going super fast in there. And just, yeah, no, for sure. It came down to inches.
That's a crazy redirect from Sharky, as he's looked really solid in game number 4 here, as he is trying to will his boys on to make it a game 5, and that one's going to find the net again. Sleepy off the back, or off the sidewall this time, is going to find that far corner. And that's going to be a second goal for UNG with only 61 seconds left. Oglethorpe has to find their way back into this game.
Hugh Dog there with that demo was very smart, because then he obviously just took that player out of the equation and just made it easier for Sleepy there to score that goal.
Even if you expect it, sometimes the demos are kind of uncounterable, as you almost have to put yourself in certain spots. And Brusen almost finding that first goal from Oglethorpe. That would have been really nice. What a pass to Turner, but great read again, Sharky. Can we even get an epic save counter from this guy right now? He is on fire.
He is on fire. For me, Sharky's been the standout so far for UNG and across these matches. He's been
so excellent at facilitating the ball from defense to offense. He's that first man in, and he's been really solid at that role so far.
For sure. It's like the Kolb of UNG.
Well, Kolb is that he's got that third man on him, but right now he's on the ball. Instead, though, Sharky keeps finding these spots to get in, and he could find a third goal here that would have been the dagger, but with only 15 seconds left, things are looking bleak for Oglethorpe. But like we saw last week, they are no stranger to some last-minute heroics as Kolb trying to fly in. But once again, who is it but Sharky to thwart that attempt, as Sleepy's now got himself a chance to find a last goal, but you can't fake it. There's no time left. Instead, we get a game 5.
That would have been a very good goal, too, because as you saw there, one of the UNG players was able to knock over the Oglethorpe player for an open net right there. That would have been, again, that communication right there that they've had UNG in that match right there. There was great communication with, the demos and all that stuff, being able to capitalize on all those mistakes. Or, like I said, the demos, they were able to capitalize on all that stuff. And, forced a game 5, which is we predicted.
I'm happy they did it.
I'm happy,
These games have been great.
It's crazy because we started with 10 goals, 6-4, right? And then then we went to, what was it, a 2-0?
Yeah, I believe this series has been a grab bag.
A 2-0 from Oglethorpe, and now a 2-0 from UNG, and I forget what was
Look at this goal right
game
here.
3. But yeah, no, what a
so insane.
Yeah,
dude, he came from the corner. I don't even think he jumped off the back wall. That's such a sick goal from Sharky.
Yeah,
I'm glad we got that twice replay. Great job there. That was such a good goal.
No, honestly, that it just goes to show how his mechanics, his car control, all that stuff is just on point.
That's that kind of stuff. That's that kind of magic you find when desperation hits. When you're
for
back
sure.
into a corner and you need to score a goal by any means necessary, you start looking for redirects like that. And I'm glad they did, because now we have a game 5 between these two teams. I feel like advantage might have to go to UNG. They have the momentum from game 4, and they know what they needed to improve on. But Oglethorpe, like we've seen so far, are going to bring the pressure to them, and they're not going to sit down and let UNG roll back over.
They're not a team to sleep on, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely not.
Especially with Kolb there, because, Kolb is just that guy.
Turner, though, been reading these passes well. Unfortunately, that one,
Speaking of Kolb,
a bit ill-advised off the near post. There wasn't all that much he could have really done, but he really wanted to keep this one close enough to find a second touch on it. But unfortunately, Kolb, like we've seen him do in every game, he's reading the defense super well.
mistake there that UNG made, and Kolb just able to capitalize. As we've said, he's just always there for everything. Doesn't matter if it's offensively or defensively, he's just always there.
Need that same deep breath from UNG that hopefully they took after game 1, because losing a goal in the first 30 seconds is actually a very tilting experience sometimes. But as we saw in game 4, they are not going to go down without a fight, as Oglethorpe now just needs to continue on and hold their advantage.
They could even play, honestly, more defensively, but you already know that Oglethorpe is going to want to just keep scoring so that they could just solidify their victory here with this game 5.
Yeah, their defense is playing offense right now. So.
For sure.
They might play some more offense. Sleepy, the touch, not great, but neither player was really ready for that errant touch from Sleepy. And so it's a little bit awkward on the near post as now all 3 UNG players headed the other way, but Kolb taking them all on. Says, bring them all at me. I can take them all 1v3, but he's going to need Turner and Cruzen to pop these ones in once he gets the clear. Cruzen trying to clear this one out, but it's all going to be Sleepy in the air. No boost, though, so we're not going to see a shot come through quite yet for UNG, but they're still on offense. He's got one man to beat, but good play from Cruzen.
Impressive from both so far.
Not quite over yet. Oh, but a great touch from Turner on the clear. These guys, time after time, have found ways to pass out of defense, which has led to a very advantageous offensive situation. And once again, Kolb able to shoot that one out to his wing. Turner gets another shot in.
Like I said, defensively or offensively, Kolb was always there, and that was a great assist there from Kolb. Sleepy almost getting to it, though. Just a little too high, and then obviously, Turner able to capitalize on that.
Dude, he's so quick right now. Turner feeling himself after that solid goal as we are now 2-0 Oglethorpe. UNG on the back foot yet again. They got 3 minutes to make some magic happen.
And let's hope they do, because I'd love to see this. I'd love to see one game go to OT.
Yeah, going the distance and then finding an OT that's 20 minutes. Let's just go forever, actually.
That would be funny.
UDog, though, 0 boost. He might try and find his teammate, but unfortunately, it looked like a bit of a miscue as his teammate was trying to find a bump for him. Instead, though, the offense might be able to be maintained. Let's see what Sharky can do when he comes in for this ball. He's got to make something happen. He's got to beat a bunch of defenders, but Kolb is not going to let it happen as he reads that reset perfectly. And then he finds a second 50. So the UNG offense is getting close, but Kolb is always behind the ball, and now he's got a chance to clear it again, but UDog absolutely dogging him on that side wall.
Kolb's never going to let anything happen for his team.
Right now he is pretty locked in, as in these clutch scenarios, he's really solid. And now we got Cruzen going the other way. Not quite enough speed behind that ball to find the double, but the momentum is definitely in their favor. Turner so quick off the pass from Kolb, but well read by the UNG defense. So now got to get this thing out of here. Great touch from UDog as he might look for a pass for Sharky, but this one a little under hit as now Sharky going to make a play from that sidewall.
Again, Kolb just there.
Yeah, he's doing his job. He's making sure nothing gets to that back post, or that back wall specifically, but the demo might lead to a third goal from Oglethorpe as another great demo. The Oglethorpe offense has been taking a page out of UNG's book and finding some great demos offensively, and it's all off the back of that guy. I've seen Cruzen kill like 6 people in the last 2 games.
I'm not going to lie to you that Oglethorpe said, okay, you want to demo us in Game 4? Okay, cool, we'll come and demo y'all in Game 5 and just capitalize every single time. So fight fire with fire.
Each team kind of trading blows, man, in this series, and unfortunately, that pivotal Game 3 has come to bite UNG in the butt a little bit as Oglethorpe has the ability to regroup after Game 4 and kind of reset their mental, and now they're up 3-0 with only 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Can UNG find what was in them in Game 4 and manage to bring this to an OT, but right now looking quite unlikely as they got to break this absolute fantastic defense, but Kolb's not able to attach to the backboard, but it's just going to fall in center and no one's able to get it. That could have been a chance for UNG to bring themselves back into this game.
It definitely would have been, for sure. That would have had a given UNG some momentum to come back and try and score 2 more to take it to OT, but obviously no one there to capitalize on that.
That's so unfortunate, as now it's going to be way, way more difficult as UDog not able to get this one past Kolb, and we are down to 40 seconds left as the Oglethorpe offense is still cooking here. They're trying to keep the ball in UNG's half. They know that they are much less likely to score from that end of the field, but Sleepy beats one. He gets past Kolb, and there's a goal. No, there's not! What happened? No!
What did I just witness? What happened?
No, UNG, this is so unfortunate for them in Game 5. Nothing has quite gone right for them as
they're definitely mad about that right there.
The time is about to expire, and Oglethorpe is about to take Game 5. Except for a goal from UDog. I mean,
at least he didn't get 3-0'd.
If there's a comeback in the last 7 seconds
that
of this
would be
game,
crazy.
I think I'll be completely speechless.
I might
wrap up the league there.
I think I might retire.
An early retirement.
Early retirement, honestly. I will do it.
Hey, it's good to get one back at least, but
yeah, no, at least they didn't get 3-0'd. At least they didn't get embarrassed with not scoring any goals. At least they scored 1.
It's always good for at least one as 0 seconds left, which means Oglethorpe is going to basically turn both of our predictions on its head. 3-2 to Oglethorpe. Great showing from these guys taking down University of North Georgia, and that's a great win. You got to win these tight games because you know if you have that rank disparity and you run against a Bruton Parker, you don't want your record to already be kind of in a tough spot from losing these very winnable games. So well done to Oglethorpe to gut out this 3-2.
If anything, this puts a little bit of scare into these higher ranked colleges like Kennesaw and Bruton Parker. They see that Oglethorpe is not a college to sleep on. They're a college that knows how to play together. But with someone like Kolb, they definitely need to be more on top of Kolb whenever they do play each other for sure. Yeah,
and I mean even. Kolb is one of those guys that on paper, we read his name and we read his rank when we prep for these, and we're like, GC3, that's a great rank. But he's got an SSL tag. He's been in that rank before. He is so solid in terms of just like reading the game super well. Like he's reading the game at an SSL level.
Right.
Mechanically, he may not look as flashy as your Daffs and any of those Bruton Parker guys, any of those KSU guys.
Yeah, exactly.
But the way he is reading and control, he's always in control, and that's the thing that is very special about that Oglethorpe team in having that anchor role being played by Kolb there.
No, for sure. He's definitely that. In my eyes, Oglethorpe is actually happy that they have someone like him to be able, like you said, to be that anchor to play off of, because that he's just always going to be there in case one of your teammates doesn't get isn't able to clear their ball or it gets demo or whatever. Kolb is always going to be there to be able to clear it and maybe even capitalize on that.
And when you got a guy like that, you can activate someone like Turner, who played so confidently in the games today, which was a huge catalyst for their offense, scoring a lot of goals and a lot of great passes coming in from Kolb that he's able to clear and start offense. So that confidence that you get in having that anchor player really sets up
for sure
your other players.
For sure.
Which some fantastic games of Rocket League. Both of our BO5s special in different ways. That Game 5 was so exciting.
It was.
But that's going to be us today for Week 2 of Georgia Esports League Rocket League. I've been Brody, and this is my co-caster, Jose. And we're going to throw it back over to our host to tell you guys what's going on next.
All right, and welcome back to the host station, y'all. We had some awesome games of Rocket League there. Shout out to Oglethorpe and Bruton Parker for winning their games. Been a great job. You guys killed it. I'm not that much of a Rocket player, but that was awesome. Really good, really crazy. We got some switches going on in our broadcast studio right now, so you guys can see that. But we got some Rocket League games up next. We've got UGA versus Kennesaw, and then we have Bruton Parker versus Kennesaw as well. So it'll be a battle of the Kennesaws to see how it goes, but I'm very excited to see how those fighting games come out. I personally love Brawlhalla. It's really fun. I love the crossovers with like SpongeBob, Steven Universe, and all that. So stay tuned for that, especially maybe our special round and maybe even some production interviews coming soon. Very excited for that. So yeah, throw out what you guys think who's going to win in Brawlhalla for the Twitch chat right now. Very excited to see that. Spread the word. Join the GEL Discord. Shout it to your friends. Very excited to see how things go. We've got some really good Brawlhalla matches coming. Y'all know that. For Rocket League, I really saw some really good defensives and some offenses. It was really great. I mean, come on. Rocket League is just so entertaining to watch, and it means car soccer. It's great. So, very excited, very cool, very jazzy. So, yeah. Speaking of Brawlhalla, so we've got Kennesaw versus UGA for our first match, I believe. I'm a personal Kennesaw favorite, but that's just me. I'm betting on them just because they've got home team defense. Going to be great. But let's throw it over to our casters soon enough with, yeah. It's only been a minute and a half. Whew. Gosh. Oh, please tell me I was shut.
Sure, they're pretty evenly seated as far like close to in bracket position or whatever.
Yeah.
So-
These first few sets, especially for the season, are mostly pinning down players who are around the same rank. So like these are highly ranked players, I believe, around the platinum era.
I'm gonna say yes, but I don't know.
I'll say yes. I'll say yes with full confidence.
Yeah,
I'm a caster. I know what's right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, hey, I mean,
But that's not the only set we're going to be having. We're also going to be having Saint versus Jackson, another new face here. Saint was a player that we have not seen at all, but we have seen Jackson last week. He's
did
trying
see
to
Jackson last week.
trying to get a run back.
I think he lost. Yeah, he did lose. That's right. He did lose. Yeah. So we have Saint and Jackson. Those guys are going to be pretty fun. We have Saint from Bruton Parker and Jackson from KSU. So
Yeah, thank God both the KSU players don't have to fight each other this time.
yeah, that was a lot less interesting last week. I'm going to be completely real with you guys. but
Sadly, both players are going to be sleeping on the tump bunk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it works.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but this is going to be an amazing game. Of course, Bird being back, we know what Bird does. You know, we all love what Bird does. This is our tried and true player that we always just love seeing. Like, I think he always set the standard of what to expect when it came to a specific game, if you will.
I think so too. I mean, he's flexed over, I think, like 2 or 3 different games at this point. And
More, I believe 4.
4.
Yeah,
4 games. That's a lot of games, guys.
it is a
That's
lot.
a lot of games.
This
So
man plays too much Brawlhalla. Gotta play something else, buddy. But you know
Little
what?
bit.
Don't, because I need to see you keep on playing this game.
Exactly. So I'm very excited for that matchup today. What about you? Who do you think's going to take the first match? We've got Bird and Hydroxide.
Well, if I'm not being biased, which I could be, but I'm not. But even despite all of that, I still believe that Bird will probably take it because from what I've seen, Bird just like has that era of flow, especially with Orion right there. Orion is the tried and true character. Everyone plays Orion. Your mother probably plays Orion as well. It's just that simple. But you know, at the same time, Hydro Oxide could also take it as well because bringing in a recurring character that we saw last week. This is the orb character, but now it's a teapot.
Yeah. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Love it.
Yeah, I don't have a handle, but I do have a stout. We're taking the first game already. It seems like Bird's is already using his tried and true spear gun, as we all know and love, or as I like to call it most of the time. But yeah, the thing about Bird when it comes to the spear gun is that he's always ready for to always get the kill. And right then and there, already first spike. We are not stopping here at all.
Yeah, as you can see, the weapon pickup, very important for Bird. Able to keep that weapon out of Hydroxide's hands.
Yeah, right now Hydro Oxide just has no weapon right now. I feel like this character is, this player especially, is more specialized in just trying to hold their weapons in. But as you can see here, without the weapon, they're kind of like, you know, not really falling apart, but just more like they're feeling messy as about now.
Yeah, and Bird using that range of that lance very effectively.
Yeah, Bird holding on to that spear has not been able to lose it at all as once. Not needing to throw the weapon yet. You know, he can save it for later. Maybe now he'll want to do it. Now we got to try to true spear. Hydro Oxide doesn't have the weapon in the place. Not anymore, at least. Bird throwing the weapon down. That was very smart for him. Just not being able to get hit by an uppercut. But right now, Hydro Oxide got the signature scythe. It's not a scyther. I know it's not called a scyther.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, Bird just holding onto the weapons, making sure Hydro Oxide does not get anything. Hydro Oxide almost did not get that weapon. And as we all know, Bird's favorite, the thing that he always does for some reason, is he takes out your first 2 stocks, and by the time you take out the last stock, you realize, oh man, I'm very behind. I got to start coming back. I got to start doing something. And I think that's what Bird loves the most.
Yeah, that early aggression coming in big for Bird. Playing a little bit on the edge here.
Yeah, Bird not really doing the things that he needs to, which is okay because when it comes to Bird's signature gameplay, you can tell when like he needs to either step up the gas pedal or just like slow down, take a little cruise drive around the area, you know.
Yeah, and the greatest thing is that we've seen both styles of play from Bird throughout the last few weeks of the gel. So, I mean, I'm excited to see his more aggressive play style this time around personally.
I'm excited too, and one thing that I can definitely give Bird credit is that he knows full well when to use that gunshot, the blasting off again. My man knows, like, just be patient, and eventually you'll get your kill. But it feels like he's not going to need to do that because he's going to do it from under stage. That was insane. Take the seat, my man. Take that seat.
Yeah, and absolutely great stuff here coming out from Bird in game number 1. Very exciting here. Last week we saw a Fate matchup versus Orion, if I remember correctly. Shit,
Yes.
It's like the same thing again. So
Yeah, it happened as well.
and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Fate won the first 2. So it's pretty impressive that we're getting kind of the reverse of that, the flip a little bit. And Bird able to put that pressure on and kind of keep that same momentum going on throughout the match.
Yes, there is a reason why Orion is the most popular character when it comes to this game. My man knows full well what he's doing. And, you know, even though, like, everyone knows how to play that character, at the same time, when you just get that one player that just knows the full intricacies when it comes to that character, it's an entirely different story.
Yeah, and I think Bird, as every game that I've seen him play has always been on this Orion. So it's a tried and true comfort pick. He's very good at it, obviously. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see if he's going to bring it out again. He's going to try something new. Yeah, we'll just have to wait till game number 2. But tell me,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on that whole thing?
Yeah, not much to get from what you already said. Yeah, because the thing that Bird kept on doing is, again, take away the weapons. He didn't need his spear all too much compared to the spear gun that he was very useful with doing it. And it felt like Hydro Oxide did not know when to get their hits just right at that moment. You know, every single time they felt like they could do something. At the end of the day, it's just a matter of like, oh, I get like 3 hits. Meanwhile, Bird is just getting constant hits, keeping the pressure, and then resulting in the kill.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think Hydroxide was kind of, I don't know, it's, I don't want to say kind of mistiming their actions, but it's sort of what it felt like a little bit. You know, like playing on the back foot, kind of not able to regain sort of that advantageous positioning that you might otherwise need with such a matchup where you have like a shorter range weapon into a longer range weapon, a little less reach.
Yeah, spear. That spear does so much for him, and it feels like Hydro Oxide also knows this because he's using a different character this time. Bird holding on to the Orion, trying to classic, don't really change it all too much. But yeah, I wonder what Hydro Oxide is thinking when it comes to picking this new character. Like, what weapons is he going to be utilizing that will help him throughout this entire game?
You can see here the fist pickup doing a little bit different.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot more different when it comes to using the fist because that means you want to be up and close. But
goodness.
Bird does not care about that. He comes up and close to you. Like, you just ruined the entire gameplay by like, oh, I want to be an aggressive character. Okay, Bird will just switch onto the aggressive character. And it'll be all fine.
Yeah, and that weapon juggling, very important here for Bird. Going into the second round, able to take 1 stock off. Very important for him.
Bird's just holding onto this pace. I feel like the same thing is going to happen like last game. He's going to take the stock, and by the time Hydro Oxide already takes the first stock even, I feel like it's going to be too little too late.
Oh, man.
Trying to get him at the very top. Those platforms are very useful for these players right now.
Playing here on the edge.
Yeah, another uppercut at the very top. Nothing going on all too much. Losing the weapon, trying to hold it on still. Getting the gloves this time. Feeling like he can try to get something, and I feel you blow. Oh, barely living. Still holding on to it, throwing the weapon, thinking that Bird can take him out very easily, but no, Hydro Oxide is just going around downtown. Downtown again. Double downtown. We are in downtown, ladies and gentlemen. What is downtown? I have no idea. But anyways, Bird still on his first stock. Hydro Oxide still can't take this stock right now. Oh, okay, how do I say? I was feeling a spike.
Yeah, it was very close there. Hydroxide able to kind of juggle out a little bit of damage here.
Yeah, right now Hydro Oxide is just trying to fish for a kill right now. Bird sadly losing all his resources, but hey, it's fine. That was just the first stock. You still got 2 more stocks.
Yeah, as you can see here, a little bit of a tempered aggression coming out here from Hydroxide.
Yeah, I was surprised Hydro Oxide did not throw their weapon and then try to grab another weapon. I felt like they didn't want to have the risk of losing their fist, but because of that, Bird already immediately got a weapon, and right now he's down, still not out, but it's looking very rough right now for Hydro Oxide.
Definitely maybe a missed opportunity here. Very close here to the edge.
Yeah, had to waste all their resources. Bird,
Oh my goodness.
The weapon throw! Bird accidentally messing up the off-stage attack, and because of that, Hydro Oxide just managed to just throw the weapon down there, immediately taking Bird's second stock. Are we gonna see a comeback?
I don't know. Maybe
I don't
so.
know.
Okay,
Never mind. Bird heard me. Is like, nah, I can't let that happen.
Yeah, Caster cursed.
Gotta keep on being on the throne, baby.
Yeah, Caster cursed. Unfortunate on the side of Hydroxide, but great job from Bird. Easy. 2-0.
Yeah, very easy for him. It feels like Bird is always so comfortable with taking those first two stocks all the time. Like, if you're letting him play his game, then he's just gonna keep on soaring with that. And like, yeah, despite Bird, like, you know, losing those first two stocks by both an SD and an accidental item drop, I still think Bird was managing very well.
Yeah, and I think Bird, you know, that sort of early
And
game
flop.
prowess, definitely like a very big factor to his game, and very like contingent on his level of success, of course. And we've seen this before from Bird. If he's not able to get kind of his game going early, he's unable, unfortunately, not able to get back into it. But now this time, he's able to kind of like show what he's made of.
Yeah. Bird just showing an amazing, like, you know, attention to what he needs to do depending on the current situation. Because, like, yeah, even if he doesn't get that set game plan, he still has a way to, like, you know, move around and also figure out, like, okay, I'm just going to have to play a lot more neutral and just going to have to, like, not necessarily fish out for much more kill throws, but just, like, understand, like, okay, I just got to live long and then also make sure I can almost get, like, a cheeky kill in a way.
Yeah, and I think, you know, I kind of wish Hydroxide would kind of do a little bit of that too, you know?
Yeah, I wish
Same
so
sort of
too.
game plan.
But maybe he will, because he's changing yet again another character with Thor, which that's not the Thor I know holding a
fishing net.
what it looks like SpongeBob's fishing net. I guess that's what he stole from him in the end game, I guess. You know, when no one was looking, that was the real weapon that Thor used to defeat Thanos.
Yeah, as we're getting into game number 3.
Yeah, right now Hydroxide I feel like just does not know which character he needs to use, so he's just switching it up every single time. But is it too little, too late? I don't know. We're just gonna have to find out if Bird can just like hold on to this advantage as much as possible.
Yeah, definitely playing on the back foot here. Lose and go home, win. Maybe you can push it to a game 4, but I mean, Hydroxide really needs to play with the longer range of that weapon.
Yeah, why I am excited to see Hydroxide play. At the same time, he has to understand who he's facing as well, you know. It's kind of hard to defeat Bird. Not many players have managed to defeat him, and it looks like Bird is still continuing to do this. Sadly, not going for a spike. I felt like he was going to do something like that. But instead, just wants to stay on stage and just get that very, very nice kill.
Yeah, and the weapon juggling coming out for Bird, very important here to deny Hydroxide any early resources into this round.
Yeah, Bird holding on to those weapons. Nothing's going to stop this man at all. Just shooting everybody, blasting everyone. This guy can't be stopped. Even SpongeBob's jellyfish net cannot be stopped. Yeah, right now Hydroxide just holding on to this neutral, still keeping going. I feel like at the same time, Bird is just keep on doing his own gameplay every single time.
Yeah, definitely not playing anything different than he was last game.
Nah, just keep it simple. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it felt like it was about to break him any moment now, but Bird's still trying to get this second stock out of him. Hydroxide's trying to hold it on. Will he have enough resources? Barely. Oh, okay. He barely led. Barely led. Still had enough. Right now, Bird is still holding on to his stock as well, throwing the weapon, thinking that will be enough to take him out, but unfortunately, no. Just a simple 1-2 jab. It's not going to be able to take him out. Hydroxide just holding it on. Oh, a simple swiper. No swiping. Bird is holding this on. Man, I feel like we're just going for 3 times in a row when it comes to what Bird is trying to do.
Yeah, 3-0 sweep would not be the way to go out if you're Hydroxide here, but definitely.
Still not being able to take that first stock.
Okay.
Finally managing to do it, but again, I gotta say, is it too little too late?
I think your sense of timing is off, because every time that you mention this, like, they always just take the stock.
I don't know. It's almost like I'm playing this game myself in a way. I should, but I don't. Instead, I'm trying to see how well Bird is doing right here. Hydroxide just holding onto the stage, going back on the stage, nothing going on so far, just a simple neutral gameplay. But I feel like Hydroxide can be doing this right now. Like, you can't be playing neutral with this guy. You have to start making at least a lead or a comeback in a way. But nah, right now, Bird is holding Hydroxide off stage. Is that going to be it? Oh, barely not enough. No going back to Pokemon. We're not Team Rocket blasting off again yet.
Well, okay. I almost thought he had it there.
We
for
may
a
be
second.
blasting off to the side, but nah. So far, Hydro Oxide's holding on to this last stock, hoping to get at least something right now. Spear Gun taken away. Just a simple smash attack out of the park. Bird takes it already 3-1. That was very quick.
3-0, actually, as a matter of fact.
Oh, yeah. Not even a 3-1, just a 3-0.
Just a 3-0 completely shut the door in his face. Bird playing that war of attrition game extremely well. Kind of starving him out of any resources and just staying there, being a nuisance on the edge. Kind of doing any damage that he can. Again, we've already mentioned this before, but the early game pressure that he puts on, really impressive. And he's able to close it out time and time again.
Yeah, indeed. Bird just knowing what he has to do, knowing the gameplay that he always has to take when it comes to this situation. Other times he may not be able to do it, but this time we definitely saw that simple Bird gameplay.
Yeah, and again, it's just like a testament to Bird's level of skill and him as a player. Like it's always a great thing to see. But great job from Hydroxide. I think it was a really valiant effort for what it was worth. And he almost got back to it a few different times in game number 2 and 3, as a matter of fact. But unfortunately, unable to really kind of get things going. Yeah, I don't know, maybe next time.
Yeah, definitely. I really am hoping to see Hydroxide more in this tournament. Like, hey, that may be kind of a hard loss, but at the same time, that only means you got to train up more and try to get back on your feet. But right now, it seems like we're going to be having other players trying to get their tests in the spotlight, because we're going to be having Jackson, a recurring player that we just had, and Saint, a new player. We haven't seen anything that Saint has done. What do you think that Saint's going to be trying to do?
I'm pretty curious to see the kind of play style that Saint will have. Something tells me it's going to be kind of maybe slow and methodical as opposed to really fast and aggressive play style that I personally enjoy seeing.
So you think he's not going to be a Saint? He's going to be a little devil.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. That's definitely one way to put it. But yeah, I'm excited for this next matchup. I think both players can offer a lot. We've already seen Jackson last week, and he was like extremely controlled and maybe a little slow to get things going. But when he got going, you know, like it was pretty entertaining. So, end of the day, that's what we're here for, right? An entertaining game.
Yeah, we're just here for Brawlhalla. just an amazing game. And fun fact, I finally looked it up. Master Chief is indeed in this game.
Oh my god, I definitely forgot to look that up after we were done.
As soon as this happened, I looked it up, and yeah, Master Chief was in Brawlhalla.
See, I'm telling you, I swore I saw him on like a poster or something like that, a trailer.
I would have laughed if it was just like a dream that you had one day. And
Yeah, that
just
Master Chief was just in it.
Yeah, oh my god, Master Chief was in there. He was fighting Goku as well for some reason. Like, it was amazing. Goku sadly not being in this game.
Yet.
Maybe one day. Yeah. Keyword is yet. Keyword is definitely yet. But yeah.
We should get like the default skin from Fortnite in the Brawlhalla.
Just copy and paste it. Don't even change it up. Just have
I
that.
think it'd be really funny.
Just have a 8-foot tall Goku versus these 2-foot tall characters.
Yeah, sure. We could do that too.
He could be broken, or he could be the worst character for all we know.
We get like Kratos.
Maybe.
Is Kratos in this game? Kratos is in this game. Right?
Oh, I forgot if he was.
All right, that's our next question. So last week we had is Master Chief in the game. This week is Kratos in the game.
We're just gonna keep on adding.
Yeah, we're just
questions onto
gonna
this.
every single the week after that I'm just gonna ask is Bayonetta in the game, and then we're just gonna eventually I'll hit right on one.
No, you already hit on one. That's the thing.
Okay, well then like a second one then.
I guess so. Yeah.
Like I'm 1-0 right now. It'll be 2-0.
Yeah, you're just viewing random characters, and every single week we'll see how well your scoreboard is. So while they're having their own season, we're having our own season on whether a character will be in the game or not. But it seems like, speaking of the game, we're having both our players getting ready. Oh, we got Wu Sheng in here, a classic character. Everyone loves Wu Sheng. And now we got Lucien, a gun player, as we like to see.
Is it Lucien or Lucian?
Lucian.
Lucian.
Yeah, Lucian. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Words are not my strong suit.
Yeah.
Which, in that case, I should not be a commentator. But yet, here we are. Brawlhalla coming in. Saint versus Jackson going in. Saint picking the... Oh, yeah, you were right about Saint picking a more methodical character. Because when it comes to methodical, you pick the guns in order to... that's where you see more of the action when it comes to a player.
Yeah, and that control-heavy playstyle. The Wu Sheng, a recurring pick for Jackson. We saw this last week. As it unfortunately goes right off over the edge.
Yeah, and the same thing we also saw from Jackson last time was fortunate SDs, but that never stopped Jackson from making these comebacks. Not at all.
Yeah. Here,
right now, Saint is holding onto this gun. I believe Flaming Gizzard also used a gun character as well. Am I wrong?
That's a great question.
Yeah, I felt like Jackson also had to play against a gun player, so he has he
bit
has
of
an idea of
experience.
what he has to do. Yeah, definitely. But who knows? Maybe Saint might be different from the other player that we had. Right now, he's holding onto that ledge, making sure that he does not die at all. Still holding on to that gun gameplay, making sure he does the blast, does the shoots, all the flutes. Yeah, right now Jackson is trying to at least do something right now, but they're kind of just holding on to that neutral, as we all like to call it.
Yeah, and he's kind of just running around the map a little aimlessly, but that's perfectly fine. All you have to do is really stall out here.
Don't worry, we're just here to have a fun time, and it looks like Jackson's also trying to have a fun time as well. Yeah, both players trying to immediately kill each other. No items, they're just going at it. Yeah, Saint is holding on to, I believe, the twin blades, as you will.
As we're coming back here, and Jackson kind of tossing out the weapons, unable to get the second one. So, I mean, Saint obviously now has the twin blades in hand. And oh my goodness.
Yeesh.
Oh my goodness.
Hard side smash when it comes to that hit from Saint. Jackson already down his last stock. This is definitely a different gameplay from what he had to deal with last week. But at the same time, we've seen what Jackson has been able to do once he starts firing up. So who knows? Maybe this could be the start, or we might just see another 3-0. Who knows?
Yeah, and the really important part here for Jackson is that he's got to get back on, deal some damage, get in range, and that's something that Saint's been doing a really good job. That spacing, playing with the range of the guns, kind of denying him the damage possible.
Every brawler's worst nightmare when they got to deal with that range character. No matter how much damage they do, no matter how well the combo is, at the end of the day, your hitboxes are not that big, and range characters are going to use that to their advantage.
Yeah, now this is Jackson's window here. Now the dagger's in hand. See it before. I mean, like it was impossible for Jackson to really get up close and personal. Something that you probably definitely want to do here with the fists.
Yeah, it feels like when
Okay.
yeah, it feels like when Saint has the twin blades. I feel like that's Jackson's time in order to go up and close and personal. But at the same time, it feels like Saint also understands when they need to go up close. It's almost like Saint also understands when they need to either go very slow, gun heavy focus, but at the same time just simple mashing. I'm gonna just hit you and you will die.
Yeah, now health dangerously low for Jackson. Only one stock left. 2 on the side of Saint.
Yeah, right now Saint just
Oh my
killing him off the
goodness.
side. No, killing him off the side. No, he's killing him off the top. We all know that Saint loves to kill them off the top or the bottom, but never the side. Yeah, first game going to Saint. Very well done for what Saint does. Sadly, Jackson did at the very beginning, but that just means you got to pick yourself up and keep on going.
Yeah, a slight mechanical mishap, but nothing to scoff at. On the side of Saint here, great work from both players, but Saint able to take kind of the last word, if you will, in the matchup.
Yeah, indeed. Saints understanding what they have to do, especially when Jackson, you can tell that he's more focused on that brawler sort of archetype. The spear kind of comes out every now and then, but, it's not really what we know from Jackson. But it feels like Saints fully well knows when they have to use either the gun or the spears.
Yeah, and it really makes you think, like, is this the time where Jackson can kind of maybe change and adapt? As evidently not, as we're getting another run back here. But
Nah, keeping the same characters.
yeah, and it's just maybe questionable from Jackson. You might want to start looking at new strategies to kind of develop and play against these players that seem to counter your playstyle perfectly. And it's like Gel in general seems to be a pretty tight-knit league. So like I have a feeling that a lot of these players will get to know their opponents very closely.
Yeah, while that may be true, Jackson is a tried and true one main character only. He just sticks to his character. He's one character, and he tries to see how far he goes. And that's some
Like respect, honestly.
Yeah, that's some honest
Yeah.
commitment because like many players want to just hold on to multiple characters that they got and just use it depending on their matchup. But at the same time, I feel like the scariest players are the ones that can just hone in on their one character and just no matter how bad the matchup is, they still find a way in order to manage on top. And that's something that I feel like Jackson can definitely deliver when it comes to these games.
Yeah, I think so too. As maybe not this one.
As I say this, as I say that, man, what is up with me getting these commentator curse?
Oh no, that seems to be a you thing because you're the only one talking whenever this happens.
Yeah, I guess I gotta be quiet. I just let you talk the entire time.
Oh yeah, you think so?
Make it a one-man only commentator.
A little
Yeah.
bit of a-
But that would not be fun because right now Saint is holding on to this lead. Jackson not being able to secure this kill as of right now. Yeah, right now they're just barely managing to not hit each other. Saint managing to take a little bit of damage, still holding on to this advantage state. Jackson trying to go back a little bit, but sadly Saint managed to get away from it.
Yeah, and that quick flurry of attacks from Jackson, he's really good at that aggro positioning. And Saint responding just in kind. And oh my goodness.
Simple boom, boom. That's all you need. Jackson throwing the weapons, making sure that Saint can't get one at all. That's a very good play that you can always do for any player, no matter what. But Saint still managed to get the twin blades. Jackson holding on to the spear. I think that he's trying to change it up, especially when Saint has the twin blades, because I feel like at that point, that's when he needs to get a lot more range.
Yeah, and I think that's what he recognizes as well. The spear kind of coming in clutch a little bit whenever Saint has these twin blades. A lot of damage being dealt on either side.
Yeah, a lot of damage still being done, and that unfortunately was his stock. But he managed to hold on to it for a very long time. Saint around the orange bar, you know, could still come back from this, but Saint's grabbing that damage already at the yellow when it comes to Jackson. I feel like at this point he needs to make a play.
Yeah, and he's so good with these guns. I mean, look, Jackson can't even step up properly to do any damage. No combos hit.
Nah, missed both good combos from the upper throat. Yeah, that's normally how Jackson starts his combos, but right now Saint is still holding on to it, throwing the item, taking him downtown. Are we going down again? Nah, we're not. Oh, Saint was about to go downtown there. By me, Davy Jones all the way down there in the bottom. Yeah, Jackson holding on to this last stock, just trying to find a way in order to take this last one, but sadly Saint is just doing very good when it comes to these guns.
As you can see here, Jackson playing these edges extremely well for what it's worth.
Yeah,
Both players on very low health.
yeah, I feel like at this point Saint doesn't really is worrying about the weapons all too much. You know, just thinking like one hit, this guy's dead. Yeah, dive kick down, uppercut up, nothing going on. Just I think at this point you just kill him from the side.
Yeah, and you can see here, maybe not.
Maybe not. Yeah, both these players just
so
holding
close.
on to their last life. Jackson especially. Saint.
Oh, that was sick.
Yeah, sadly nothing going on.
Oh, not enough.
Taking him out to the top. Saint already up 2-0. Yeah, definitely a different change of pace when it comes to what Jackson was dealing with before. You know, he definitely got a lot more of his combos, especially with the spear. But that gun, man, that gun helped out Saint so much.
And it's back to the drawing board for Jackson. I mean, like, I just don't know what exactly he can do with this character into that specific matchup. There's just not enough range. And, you know, like, he did really well in the timings when, you know, he sees that Saint has the daggers in hand and kind of plays with his spear a little bit to kind of get a little bit more of that range advantage on his side. But when he had the guns, it was just impossible for him to ever step up and do any damage. And if he did, it was really sporadic. So, like, I'd like to see something different from Jackson going into game number 3.
It's a giant wall that Jackson cannot manage to get over. And by the time he does get over, Saint already takes him up top. And at that point, you're back on the wall trying to get over again. And I don't know if Jackson will be able to do it. But at the same time, I love me a good comeback story. That's my favorite time in order for this time can finally happen. Already starting up the next game. Jackson and Saint holding on to the clock tower this time. I feel like this different change of pace will definitely help Jackson, at least for a little bit.
Yeah, and we have another run back, which I'm a little disappointed in personally, but I think it's perfectly fine here. You know, comfort is key, especially in the fighter game.
Jackson, do not change characters. He is committed. This is a committed man. He will not leave you away.
I mean, if he manages to go the entire season picking only Wushang, I will commend him for that. I think
I'll commend him for that, but that might hurt his results just a little bit. But at the same time, right now, Saint just holding onto it, still has barely gotten hit this entire stock. Jackson managed to get a few hits on him, but Saint, those guns. Oh, those guns, baby.
You can see here, has a spear in hand, maybe using the range of that a little bit, but unfortunately not.
Nah,
Knock that off the top.
Yeah, those dual wielders, they have a mind on their own. They just shoot and then they never miss. But Jackson trying to get their own hits as well. I feel like at this point Jackson needs to get the spear for this because, you know, I feel like the fists are not very good when it comes to Saint because he has a way to deal with them either far away or just up close. I feel like he needs to just have that middle ground with him.
Yeah, as you can see here, now he has it in hand. Maybe looking for some extra damage.
Yeah, right now, Saint just holding on to this stock. Nothing is going to stop this man at all. Jackson trying to just swoop in with the nairs. Nothing so far. Now spike happening. I feel like a spike is coming up, but who knows? Maybe I might curse someone again.
Yeah, both players playing on the edge of that that range a little bit.
Yeah, Jackson. Again, we're stuck in the scenario where Jackson just has to like play really good. Saint still living. Nothing's gonna kill this man at all. Yeah, Jackson they're going side by side. They're just making sure that none of them dies in the next hit. Jackson still barely holding up, almost getting hit by the item. Oh, Saint
One more hit will do it.
Saint lost the control. Okay, that did not take him out, but you know that was very close for Saint to lose that stock. Yeah, both of these guys are just trying to do a simple uppercut into a kill. Nothing going on yet. These guys.
One more hit will do it on either side, I think.
One
Surely.
more hit, definitely. Maybe even 2 hits. Who knows? For the way these guys are playing, I feel like at this point it could be 3 hits.
Yeah, Jackson has a really good oh, man.
It's simple from the top, baby. Saints looking to just clean it up right now. Simple 3-0. Let's just pack our things and go home. Let's go on.
Yeah, but the damage here, pretty close. If Jackson's able to get some extra damage out, and he does.
Finally getting that first stock, and I feel like Jackson, he has a little trick up his sleeve. I feel like he does not want to go out in the old 3-0 fashion way. I feel like he wants to at least keep this game competitive.
Yeah, if he can make it a 3-1 here, he's got a large task ahead of him. He's starting off pretty well. Good damage.
Yeah, but Saints, man. Saints just knowing when to use their guns at every single possible moment. Yeah,
Like there's no answer. Like there's no answer from Jackson here.
Yeah, Saint goes back a little bit, shoots the gun, maybe goes back a little bit more, shoots double guns. You know, he's always going this on and off motion when it comes to how he's playing. You know, never stopping at all, always shooting a gun in a way where Jackson just feels like he has to like, oh, I gotta approach. Oh, never mind, I got hit again. I gotta approach. Oh, now I got comboed.
Yeah, and Jackson's getting better at those timings, though. I don't know if you've noticed, but like he's taking a lot of initiative when it comes to engaging on the first fight. It might not be enough here. We'll see.
Jackson might have a chance to take this stock. I feel like at this point you can't go for anything risky. You just got to keep it tried and true simple while also making sure that you yourself do not lose any of your damage at least. But I feel like Saint just knows where Jackson's going to be heading. We're back in the scenario again where Jackson has 1 more stock and Saint still has 2.
Oh, okay. That's what we like.
All right.
It's the closest it's been.
Commentator's curse is going to help out Jackson this time because it seems like he wants to do something real badly. Holding onto the fist still. I feel like it's not going to help right now. Saint knows this very well. Bringing out the Twin Blades. Nothing's going to stop him yet. Oh, I thought that was going to be an uppercut.
It's now or nothing from Jackson here.
And it feels like it's nothing instead. Saint taking the 3-0. Easily sweeping up Jackson. It's very sad to see that happen. You never want to go with a 3-0.
Yeah, a little unfortunate for Jackson, but he did have his moments throughout the series. I mean, I don't know if you know, there was one play where he like tossed the weapon up, hit him, caught the weapon again, and hit him back. I thought that was really impressive from Jackson. The mechanical skill is definitely there. I just think it's more of a utilization of the timing that he needs to kind of work on and improve it. But if that ever happens, I think he would be an extremely good player. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was about to say extremely like and extraordinarily, which is like, 2 different words.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, calm down with that first word.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jackson, like, he is good with the weapons, but Saint feels like they mastered their weapons, knowing when they had to swap out to another. And that gunplay, that was my favorite part, just seeing the way that he maneuvers around. Like, you can definitely tell, like, he's been in those positions before, just like, okay, I got to move back just maybe a little bit and then just, like, either do double shots or just, like, try to get him, like, nickel and dime way and then just hit him right then and there.
Yeah, and that's something that I would definitely have to agree with. I think that was very impressive from Saint, that kind of spacing, the zoning with the weapon especially. Able to kind of zone him off of weapon pickups and also the edge. I mean, he did that a lot, and especially up in the air too. You saw that like he got knocked out from top multiple different times, and I thought that was pretty impressive from Saint.
Yeah, it was very impressive for him. I think Saint just like full well knows that the gun can carry him so far. Like
maybe a little too far.
Maybe a little too far.
Whole 3-0 sweep.
Yeah, maybe a little bit broken when it comes to that. But at the same time, it's very nice to see like a player just like hone in on what they can do best.
Yeah, and I think you were mentioning it before, like the players that have the most kind of proficiency in the game are also normally one tricks. So like I'm not calling him a one trick or anything. I don't really know that much
No,
about
no,
him,
no,
but
no.
I mean, maybe if he ends up playing it again, then like
What are you
you know,
talking about?
if Saint brings out the Lucian again in the next match, like I don't know, maybe he might be a one trick. Who knows?
Maybe.
Nothing wrong with that, but like, it is pretty impressive. Like he definitely shows his level of like proficiency and competence on the character, and I think that is very important in a game like Brawlhalla where you get to pick so many different characters.
Yeah, picking so many characters, but also picking so many weapons. That what makes Brawlhalla. And Wu Shang, I feel like at this point, he just did not have the right setup in order to defeat Lucian, the Lucian especially.
Yeah, this happened like last week. It was Orion versus Wu Shen, I think. I'm gonna say yes. We don't remember.
We'll pretend like we
yeah,
know.
we'll pretend like we know. But I mean, same point though, right? Like Orion has the lance, they have the spear, like longer range weapons than what the Wu Shang has. So it's like at this point, is he not a meta pick? Is he a meta pick? Like, who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
It's going to be very great to see how these players keep on playing. I'm very excited to see what else they got. But I hope you guys are also excited to see what else the other players got. We're going to go back to our hosts. I've been Fedora.
And I am Shinobi.
Hello, and welcome back to the host station. My name's Laura. Just to remind y'all again, congrats to Bird for winning that amazing Brawlhalla lead, and Saint, y'all killed it. I cannot wait to see what you guys do for the rest of the season. And we've got a lovely interview today with one of our Georgia Film Academy students. This is Andrew.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Andrew worked replay on Rocket League. It was killing it. So if you saw those awesome replays of demos, reactions, goals, anything, that was all Andrew. So I know you worked TD, which is our technical director role last week. It's really intense. You got to swap everything over. Now you've changed over to replay to learn something new. How was it? How did you enjoy it?
It's a much more relaxed kind of position. I gotta say that. I'm just watching the game really. Whereas compared with TD, I gotta ready up everything before, and just always be looking ahead for the next step. Replay, I'm just watching the game, and when I'm told to replay my replays, that's it.
Replaying your replays. So how replay works is you essentially have the stream up that you're consistently recording, and when something good happens, you hit -5, correct? And then it records everything that has happened in 5 seconds. So you get to clip awesome goals, stuff like that. I can definitely see it as being a less low impact role. Yeah, we kind of get to explore everything here at the Georgia Film Academy, especially in our esports class. How you been liking being in the Georgia Film Academy? I know you're on the film side, but how are you liking the esports side?
Well, actually, I wasn't sure I'd like the esports side, but I actually like it quite a bit. The live broadcast and everything has been really interesting, and I hope to continue on to a career in this.
Yeah, you took the previous Georgia Film classes,
Yeah.
so you know a lot about camera work, setting that up, and being able to do that in a live broadcast is very engaging because it's something that you need to do quick. You need to set things up because I know you kill it with cameras.
Yeah, actually, me and Pookie today put up the lights and cameras. And everything you see with the casters, that's what we set up with the red and blue lights, where the camera's positioned, stuff like that. And, I just think the film side really helps prepare you for that.
For sure, definitely. Speaking of Pookie, we got a new role today in our productions called Twitch Moderator, where we have somebody watching the Twitch, moderating the chat. Hi, chat. We saw you guys boasting for Jackson trying to win, but sadly enough, he put up a good fight, and you guys were really supporting him. I mean, you were calling him Pookie just like that, but
Somebody has their kid.
I mean, it's apparently, yeah,
That's what I hear
yeah. I
from the
mean,
chat.
Kansas Esports is really committed to their stuff. Not the heart sign. Oh, we have no bias here at Georgia Film Academy.
That was just in general.
Yeah, just in general. So, what are you looking forward to maybe doing next week with this role? Are you going to go back to your TDing, stuff like that?
I think next week I'm going to look to be either TD or producer again. I've learned that I like that, and I kind of like telling people what to do. It's a fun role, and you get to make decisions and kind of feel like the whole project is yours.
That's fair. I do think there's more claiming on to the stream of being I did that, I can show that I've done that. With replays, it's a lot of just active watching, or with TD you kind of just have to work on the fly. You have to listen to the producer. And with producing, you literally run the stream. Everything that goes on, they have a run of show. It is really interesting. And I think Georgia Film Academy, especially in the eSort side with our professors Cooper and Whitney, really prep us to be in a live broadcast. It's really interesting.
I think that one thing I've learned from this class is how integral team management is. So being producer, I realized that, you have to have a good graphics person, a good replay person for everything, because you want someone who knows how to do that. You don't necessarily want a jack of all trades. It may be nice, but having someone who can do replay effectively is what you're looking for.
Definitely, for sure. Something that I've really noticed is within especially our class, because we only have a few short weeks to know our roles, is there's a lot of peer teaching. So you learn the role to do. Like I learned audio a couple last weeks, and then I got to teach people how to do audio today, and it was a lot of engaging. It taught me how to teach people, which is a really important skill to have. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if you have any comments on that. I know you were teaching people how to do replay today, even though you kind of adopted it today.
Yeah, I think replay is something I was comfortable with from the start, so I like jumping into TD and producer. So yeah, I was teaching another classmate today how to do tags and just overall what to look for in it. He already knew what to do, but I figured I'd, use my specialty, just to help him out a little bit.
Yeah. Especially with getting the opportunity to work with Georgia Esports League, being able to actually work on a live production has been super, super beneficial. It's just been great. Yeah, I don't know. It's been an awesome experience, even though we're only in week 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean. I agree. It's been a really amazing experience, and there's nothing I would really trade it for. I will say I'm not really on the live talent side, but that's not for me. Maybe for others.
Maybe for others, yeah. I mean, I'm learning it today, but our casters are absolutely killing it. I mean, yeah, they're rocking and rolling. I mean, it takes so much to be able to watch a game, talk about what you're saying, make it sound effective. They know storylines, analytics. I mean, they know the players, they know everything. It's really, really great. So speaking of our casters, let's throw it over to them and get into our surprise Rocket League match with UNG versus Georgia State.
Thanks again, Laura. And you guys heard that right. We have another Rocket League match tonight, a little bonus treat for everyone watching, as we have Georgia State, your boys from your school, versus University of North Georgia, looking for some revenge after that teeny loss, 3-2.
Very impressive,
so
very impressive
close.
match, yes.
There's a lot to talk about with this one. These are two of our evenly matched teams, kind of in that middle spot, vying to be one of those underdog teams to show up at LAN at the end of the year. And that is especially true because Oglethorpe beat UNG today, and Oglethorpe lost to Georgia State. So right away we kind of see this bit of an underdog emerge just due to the transitive property, the way that people track wins in sports. If you beat that team, that means you can beat the team that lost to them, but that's not always the case when teams are so close. So as a little refresher for everybody who may be sticking around from Brawlhalla, or if you're tuning back in just for some more Rocket League action at Georgia Esports League, we do have a bonus match tonight. It is between UNG, the team of, if you remember, we got
Sharky, Hugh Dog, and Sleepy, who are all Grand Champ 1s. And then over at GSU, since we didn't get to see them last week, face Oglethorpe because we saw that surprise UGA Oglethorpe match. Just to refresh your guys' memory, it is Dylan, Buddy RV, and Monk Jr., who two of them are Grand Champ 2s and one's a Grand Champ 3. So very evenly matched match here. What do you think? What's your prediction?
Look, I fall victim to that logic train of the transitive property in sports is that, Georgia State 3-0'd Oglethorpe, and UNG lost 3-2 to Oglethorpe. I kind of think GSU might have this one in the bag. Also, on paper, they do have the higher-ranked team. That mid-ground between Grand Champ and High Champ, there is some, not all that much, disparity in those ranks, but I think on paper, GSU looks better in both the rank column and the win column. They got some good quality wins, and UNG maybe a little frustrated after dropping that Game 5 today.
Yeah, no, I think they'll definitely be coming into this game against GSU trying to play a little better. Obviously, probably not as wide as they were against Oglethorpe probably trying to play a little tighter, get better rotations and stuff done. But I mean, as GSU is my college, I will definitely have to. I'm thinking that this is probably going to be another 3-0 easy for Georgia State.
Okay.
Just like you said, by the transitive property,
You're
as
back in the boys.
mathematicians love. I honestly do think it. As we've heard before, this Georgia State team hasn't really played together. They're pretty fresh to playing together. But with a 3-0 to Oglethorpe, and Oglethorpe being UNG 3-2 in a very close and exciting five games, I do think that Georgia State takes this one easy 3-0. But it'll still be a very good game.
Yeah, I cannot press you for rooting for your boys and taking a 3-0. I'll go 3-1. I think
Okay.
UNG, hopefully they're not even thinking about that Oglethorpe game. Honestly, compartmentalize it, push it all the way back in your brain because you still got another best of 5 to win. As we heard, this is a reschedule. So, you got some good warm-up tonight. I mean, why not? UNG come back and win a couple games, take the games off of the Georgia State team, but
Let's hope not.
I'm not affiliated with anything, so I can.
Yeah, you can go in this
pull
with an
for
open mind.
for whoever
Exactly.
here and be open-minded to the
Well, I feel
possibility of a UNG win here.
I could be open-minded to any of the other matches as I don't go to any of those other colleges or have never gone to any of those other colleges. But in this case, every single GSU match that we do, commentate here, I'm just gonna have to back my boys because it's my guys, the Panthers. I just have to back them. So
Absolutely cannot blame you. I think we do have those 2 GC2s, but I'm pretty sure it's is it Buddy who's GC3? They're one of those.
yeah, one of
guys
them is
GC3.
Yeah, one of them is GC3, but I can't remember which one.
Well, we're about to find out because we're jumping right into things as GSU takes on UNG. As we kick things off in game number 1 here on Champions Field, we have an early advantage in terms of positioning for GSU, and it looks like
As you see, yeah, it's the
a
sub.
different player.
Yeah, sub in GSU. It's not a.
I can
Oh,
only
wow.
assume that's a sub as Sleepy takes the first goal for UNG. Like I said, I can only assume they have a sub
Shady,
because
yeah.
I don't see a Monk Jr.
Yeah, so it looks like Monk Jr. wasn't able to make it to this match, and so they've called in the sub with their Shady, which obviously we don't know what his rank is. So
Yeah, don't know much about Shady, but what we do know is UNG's got an early advantage. Only 20 seconds into the game, they're going to take their first goal of the match, and that's definitely what you want to see with the team coming off maybe some confidence issues. They're still looking absolutely locked in, loaded for this 5-game series here. As they strike first, Sleepy with the goal. Hugh Dog, a bit of a defensive stalwart as we saw in that series versus Oglethorpe, is able to clear things and start to get the offense started for UNG. We know they love their bumps, and we know they love their team play, so let's see if they can lock in some of that here against Georgia State, as they have some early offense of their own there. Shady.
very good defense from UNG to start.
Oh, but another one. Simple as they come, just off of that near side wall, just bouncing it right back into the center. Both goals coming by way of that simple passing from UNG as they take 2 goals in 1 minute. Proven from that last game won in the last series that they are some early game merchants, man. They're absolutely going to catch you off guard with their style of play.
Yeah, it seems that they're very early game, but not too well in late game.
I just think their style of play is very conducive to catch some teams off guard, as they might not be very used to the physicality and tight rotations that they show on offense. And so far, that has been the case, but there is so much game left to play. And hopefully Georgia State starts to feel that warm-up soon, or else we could be seeing UNG running away with only game 1.
Which would just complete a triangular trifecta of each of these having a win against each other.
Well, that'd be amazing if every team just keeps trading blows in the middle, being hyper-competitive. As Dylan clearing that one off of his own back wall, Sharky not able to quite field it, and maybe we can see some GSU momentum here, as that's a great win in the midfield. Shady passing it into the center. Dylan finds a goal back for
Yes.
GSU. A pretty simple offense there as they just keep winning those 50s in the midfield,
What
just
an
being
assist by Shady there.
the slightest bit faster.
Yeah, that nice assist there from Shady off the wall for Dylan to just put that nice and easy into the net.
Seen some pretty fundamental Rocket League so far, as it's just been about which team can find those passes quicker. And right now, GSU trying to get some momentum back. Sharky's able to beat one. It's kind of awkward in front of net for GSU, as this one's going to come in again from Hugh Dog. 3-1 UNG early doors, only with 2 minutes expired off the clock. They're going to find their 3rd goal of this match. It's just a bit of a miscue or misrotation on the goal line from Georgia State.
Yeah, not looking the sharpest right now, Georgia State. They you could tell it from what we've seen so far that they definitely look like a team that hasn't played together, as they're kind of all over the place here.
Either that or UNG's definitely warmed up. They played 5 fairly close games, but Hugh Dog completing the hat trick in game number 1. These guys
They felt the effects
looking-
of the last game, and they're taking it out on GSU right now. That's what's happening right here.
absolutely taking their frustration out on GSU. They just happen to be in the wrong place in the wrong time as UNG firing on all cylinders in game number 1. Only 2 minutes gone. They got 4 goals piled up right now. Their first games in the 2 series we've seen them today, they have amassed 10 goals so far with only, they still got 3 minutes to score some more, but Dylan is going to score a second one in this game, showing that it's not quite over yet. They still got so much time on the clock. Another great pass from Shady.
Yeah, no, Shady and Dylan, it seems like they're the two together. Dylan, as for me, has been a standout, obviously, with these 2 goals and just the way that he's been playing so far.
Yeah, he's showing some early game confidence as Shady has found him on some 2 pretty solid passes towards the
Shady
midfield.
with the demo there.
It could have led to something, but great defense from Sharky, able to move the ball forward. Dylan's coming in again, trying to get some momentum towards the net. That one not able to fall in front of net. No one really ready for that bounce. Sharky's going to get a defensive demo, but Dylan's never leaving this ball.
Yeah, Dylan just playing incredible Rocket League right now.
He's just being a pest right now, but Hugh Dog in that anchor position, finding another clear. Trying to find maybe his 4th goal of the match, trying to pad those stats quite a bit. But unable to at the moment. Buddy's got a shot on target. It's going to be on Hugh Dog to win that 50, and he wins it well. He hits another good hit there, but Sleepy, unfortunately, in the wrong place at the wrong time, but the momentum still going forward for UNG.
Nice defensive clear right there from Shady. Off the
He's
wall.
going to beat 2 on that. And another beat, but Sharky just barely back, but he's on the near post. Can he clear this one out? For the time being, the answer is yes, but 2 awkward near post players for GSU could spell disaster, but Buddy's going to be the first one of this, and now he's got a lot of momentum ahead. He gets the flip reset, and maybe the shot from Shady. They both go
The
for it, and they
double commit.
both miss. This could be bad. No capitalization there from UNG quite yet, as they're going to clear this one, and this could be troublesome for UNG.
Both able to go back and forth. Both trying to have fight in them.
Yeah, the back and forth right now, very strong as we've seen the goals stop coming in so hot so far, but Dylan, you like him in this spot. He's got the ball at his fingertips, but great play from Sleepy jumping in from about midfield to thwart that effort, but Buddy's got a shot, not quite the banger he wanted as Hugh Dog is able to clear it off his backline with relative ease. It's this clear, not so easy for the boys, but Hugh Dog beats one. And now they got a bit of momentum going forward with only 1 minute remaining. They just got to hold on to this 2-goal lead to take game 1. Shady just a little under the ball yet again. He found some great passes earlier, but whenever it's his turn to take a shot on target, he's just a little out of position. As so is Buddy. He does the best he can, gives his teammates enough time to come through for this clear. As here comes Shady, but really great turn from Hugh Dog.
No, for sure. He's definitely stepped up in this game as he has a hat trick, and he's just playing very well defensively as well.
And maybe a bit too confident there, as that turn is not going to be as fruitful as he may have wanted. Sharky's going to get faked by Shady. He goes midfield to Dylan, just a bit too soft on that one. They could have found themselves a 3rd goal as a duo, which would have been pretty impressive so far. Both teams, though, in this latter half of this game have looked incredibly solid. But unfortunately for GSU, it was just those early game miscommunications that have caused this gap to be too large to make a comeback in game number 1.
I was going to say that it seems like, having a sub Shady, come in for Monk Jr., was probably what's, giving them this little momentum, chemistry kind of lacking. But no, honestly, from what we've seen, Shady assisting Dylan both times, it's more like maybe Buddy RV is the one that, is kind of the one that's, because it seems like he's the one that doesn't have really much chemistry with Dylan and Shady.
Yeah, sometimes, though, when you get a new player, it kind of messes with the rotation enough, and compounding things, UNG being very warmed up. I think there's plenty of things that GSU realizes after game number 1 that they might, need to step things up, and they absolutely do, honestly, but it might not be all on a singular player. They just need a little bit more time to get warm together. Because even though Shady found those 2 assists, you play with an entirely different player. They play way differently than your, normal teammates. So
Right.
can't really put the onus on anybody so far, but it's going to be another early game goal for Hugh Dog.
Replay.
Oh, sorry.
all
My
good.
bad. I'm just so excited that we get to watch more Rocket League, honestly. I
well,
can't.
Again, there goes my 3-0 prediction for Georgia State, but hopefully Georgia State can still take this.
I feel a little dumb for that one, so I appreciate you saving me there.
I could have just left it and had you look like but I can't do that to my co-caster, honestly. As
You
funny
know,
as that was.
I really
now we're in the
appreciate
game.
it. Now we're in the game.
There we go.
And no early game goals so far.
You
But, let's see if Shady and the boys at GSU can bounce back after that unfortunate game one. Like we were highlighting, though, that latter stages of the game were so even, and it might be the same as through this first part. What a save from Buddy, as he looked like he was on the back foot, but there's just too much pressure from UNG, and they're going to take an early game goal yet again. I mean, awkward stuff with the bump here on the near post. Shady's just not able to recover after, unfortunately, getting bumped by his teammate rotating on that far side.
And that corner right there from the goal, making him like do those flips and not being able to be there is definitely is what UNG was able to capitalize on there with that goal.
Yeah, doing a great job capitalizing on any mistakes so far from GSU, as pretty much every time they've made a defensive error, it's resulted in a goal from UNG so far. So props to them for rotating a lot quicker than they were earlier in that Oglethorpe game. They've definitely learned from their mistakes and are ready to take on the challenge that is Georgia State. And right now, they're standing up to the challenge. But Georgia State is going to have a lot more to say in this series, I have a feeling.
No, for sure. They don't take losses. Well, they haven't lost, it seems like, maybe a game, but they don't take those to heart. They don't take them kindly.
No, they do not. It's a great defense so far from UNG. They got a lot of momentum, a lot of full boost players moving forward.
It seems like they're definitely playing a lot tighter now as well compared to when they played against Oglethorpe.
Oh, yeah,
which
definitely
seems
learned.
to be, definitely helping them.
Sleepy moving forward really far there with absolutely no boost to his name. Thought would lead to maybe some offense from GSU, but a great clear from Hudog, and he's still on the ball, trying to find his teammate Sharky in the middle. That one's going to be saved off the goal line from Buddy, but the offense is still here, and the near post shot is just quite not there, but another one's going to come through from Hudog, and a great save from Dylan off the near post.
UNG's just on GSU's half a little too long here. not giving them time to really breathe.
Yeah, and here's another shot that's just a little too close from Sharky. The offense, though, trying to stay in it, but Buddy's able to shadow that awkward touch from Hudog, and the ball soaring towards their net. This one's going to find that top right corner. Buddy RV getting one back for GSU.
Yeah, those clashes in the air right there have really helped them get that goal into there. Nice play from Buddy RV right there. Nice control, nice composure.
Yeah, Hudog thinking that he had the best bid on that save there. He definitely had a chance to save it, but that light touch was unfortunately too much for the rest of his teammates at UNG to deal with. Just a little bit too awkward there. And we are back even 1-1. We got 3 minutes left to play in this second game.
Enough game to play.
Oh, for sure. Plenty of game left. As hopefully not too much external factors affecting the GSU players, but right there a demo, a classic UNG demo. Hopefully they're hoping to find some offense, but looks like they're going to be stuck on the back foot. And an awkward touch from Sharky leads to maybe some offense. He tries to find that aerial bump, and Shady unfortunately not able to find it. Buddy trying to find this touchdown. It's not quite enough, and Hudog, another great play off of his own goal line, leads to maybe some UNG magic on the other side. No, it's going to be Buddy clearing it off his own wall here. But the touch gets a little bit away from him, and Sleepy's able to meet him. Maybe UNG has a little bit more offense left to go. As Sharky looking for that demo. He's not able to find anything. Now he's on 0 boost in front of net. Not too much he can really do from there.
One thing I've noticed from GSU that they're lacking is, like we saw with Oglethorpe, is that anchor player, someone that they can, really rely on, someone that stay in the back and make sure that the mistakes that they do make don't bite them in the butt. Someone who can clear mistakes being made.
Yeah, and as a product of that, we see across being made that Sleepy is able to pick out, and Sharky just too quick there. Finding that pass from the errant pass from Buddy leads to a second goal from UNG. And like you said, though, that anchor role not really defined. A lot of defensive rotation kind of gets clogged up on the goal line for GSU so far. So great point, and I think they really need to clean that up if they want to find their foothold in this series, because right now UNG just looking like the better team.
No, for sure. I feel like that warm-up game with Oglethorpe has definitely helped them a little bit more here. And I think the other thing, too, is GC not being able to play with their usual teammate, Monk Jr., having a sub in is definitely kind of been a factor in this as well.
At the moment, it seems like that has been a factor. Hopefully GSU, they do have the higher-ranked players on paper. Hopefully they can use that experience difference that they do have over UNG to figure out how they want to play this with their sub, because they definitely still have the talent to make this a competitive series. And right now, they're firing some shots on UNG's net, hoping to get one back so they can send this to OT. But right now, only a minute left. UNG looking to hold on to their 1-goal advantage and bring it to a 2-0 start, which is definitely not what we expected.
Definitely not what I expected. But
no.
we also didn't expect them to have a sub. We thought it would be Monk Jr., their normal teammate.
That's fair, as they might be able to find a goal here as 2 players just committed on that. It looks like he's trying to backflip pass it, but what a read from Sharky. He's able to find that back post rotation and clear it off his goal line, and this might be the defensive play they needed to bring this one across the line. They keep panic clearing it back towards, and that's a great demo from Buddy. Maybe Shady's able to find this off the insane angle. Shady, the sub can play too.
Yes, he can. That was an insanely beautifully timed play right there. The control, the composure. He did not crumble at all in that situation. What a tight shot.
Kidding me?
Like, that was so tight. It was just so beautiful. You know what I mean?
He had no boost left. All he could do was air roll, and that was enough to find that close angle. And there's so much pressure still. This might go in regulation. No, what a great save from Sharky. This is getting down to the wire in game 2, as they might not even need OT to separate these 2 teams, as Dylan has time for a shot with only 1 second left, bouncing towards the net. Sharky able to clear for now, but this one's in the air, and Buddy brings it 3-2. What a comeback from GSU.
Speaking of those last-second goals, we have one right here from Buddy RV. What a match. From 2-0 to 3-2. What a match. What a comeback from... I don't know what GSU did differently just then, but whatever they did, they need to just keep that going, because that was an insane comeback right there.
I'm floored. I just can't imagine the mental it takes for UNG right now to lose that close BO5 in the last game of the series, and now they have to deal with basically a 15-second comeback from GSU to beat them. They didn't even get to be able to regroup in OT. They just won it outright in regulation, and that's so tough if you're UNG. So now maybe that GSU team, with all that talent they have, even with the sub, they have woken up and put their foot down and said, no, you are not taking the 2-0 on us. But now we got a critical game 3 situation. Like I highlighted in our earlier BO5, this is the most important game to take in the series, because it establishes the advantage and the momentum towards your favor. Because even if you lose that game 4, like we saw with Oglethorpe, they can regroup.
No, for sure. You know what I think UNG just did? They woke up. They awoke the beast right here in GSU.
Yeah.
It seems like with their sub Shady here, they've played 2 games. They've warmed up with Shady. They know how to play with him a little better now, and I feel like that's gonna give them momentum here in this game 3.
You know how NBA teams have those bench players that you get that oop, you throw them that oop, or they get that fast break dunk, and it awakens the team.
Yeah, that's
that
what's just happened
Shady
here.
double tap was the absolute 1-to-1 equivalency, as that has woken up this GSU team, as we almost saw another early goal off of kickoff.
And that was Shady as well, which is crazy. They've awoken the beast in Shady right now.
Absolutely. I think he heard us saying, oh, they don't have Monk Jr., they can't do it. But Shady proving us absolutely wrong on the desk, as GSU is going to find another goal. The momentum does not stop.
And an assist
Dylan.
from Shady. Look at Shady right here with a nice assist right there to Dylan to just tap it in there.
Shady
Yeah, they've awoken the beast. They've awoken the beast.
Shady or Dylan or Shaq and Kobe right now. They
exactly.
are assist
They're
after
that-
assist between that duo.
They're that Lakers team that has the NBA record for the most straight wins.
And that momentum that they had then is the type that GSU is finding and harnessing right now. Is after that game number 2 victory, they take the first goal in game 3, which kind of serves all the momentum in their favor. If you're UNG, you need a deep breath. You need to recenter yourselves and figure out what made you successful in game number 1, and that's what they need to start to tap into, as a couple of defensive whiffs could have led to a second goal from GSU. But great job from Sleepy. Clear this one for now. Give his teammates some time.
Yeah, Shady impressing me a lot from game 2 and in this game right now as well. Even though he's a sub, he's been playing wonderfully with GSU with these 2 guys, Buddy RV and Dylan, who have played together before.
Yeah, it takes a lot to be this confident as a sub, jumping into a team that you're not super familiar with, and he's looked so confident right now with his aerials and his mechanics so far, as he's finding these players so easily. Now he's got himself maybe something he could do. He's just got no boost there. Nothing quite able to come from that, as it's cleared towards this GSU side. But
Dylan.
these quick turns and passes in field are what's been the difference maker right now from defense to offense for GSU. Oh, very
Nice.
close. Pass there is saved by Shady. Yet again. Dylan tries to meet Sharky in front of net. That 50 could have done
Demo from Buddy.
quite a lot. Yeah, the demo might be a factor here, but the near post shadow from Sharky is very effective, and now UNG might have some momentum.
It's been an intense game. 3 minutes and only 1 goal. Sorry, 2 minutes and
Super
only 1
intense
goal.
right now. I mean, that goal came early, too, so the last basically 2 minutes of this game has been quite
back
a
and forth.
deadlock.
Back and forth from one side to the other. Trying to score, but just both being really good defensively.
Yeah, and the defensive play from GSU has come off the back of just continuing to find each other on these turns. It's looked really good. UNG hasn't really had a solid offensive rotation in a minute, but that touch from Hugh Dog almost became a goal, honestly, just off of the a bit of a lazy clear, but once again, Shady's able to get a lot of space for his team off of the clear.
GSU must have hurt us because they're doing a lot better rotation-wise now as a team. They're just have improved a lot from game 1 to now.
And they got that warm-up with the sub, and now they're absolutely clicking together as Dylan looking to beat Hugh Dog in the midfield, as he, kind of does, but it's a little awkward for his teammates at UNG trying to clear this off the corner. And now Shady's got a shot. This one off the near post. Dylan can find this one in the midfield, and it's Shady to Dylan. It's Shady to Dylan as we say it over and over again.
It's just like, it's impressive. And Shady right there trying to score a goal similar to the one he scored in game 2 right there. Not successful,
Yeah.
obviously, but Dylan able to capitalize on that off the assist. Like you say, it's just Shady to Dylan, Shady to, it's just constant.
We can't say it enough. These two guys are finding each other on the offensive side of the ball so well right now as Dylan slowly air dribbling. I think Shady may be a little bit too confident as he doubles for that one. This leads to a UNG clear, and it's up to Buddy, who has kind of stepped into that anchor role like you were saying GSU was missing, as he's been very solid off of the defensive side of things today, as Shady and Dylan are stacked up on top of each other. They're not going to be able to find each other passing-wise if they're that close. And now a pass across the midfield was almost found by Sleepy, but unfortunately for UNG, nothing's going to come from that one.
Yeah, honestly, like, from what I've seen so far, it looks like Dylan and Shady have played together, but I don't know how often or if these guys have ever played together.
Yeah, we really don't have that insider baseball for you as he keeps wave dashing off the wall here, just showing off everything he's got to offer for this UNG team, as that shot for Buddy goes careening off of the crossbar, and no one from GSU unfortunately was able to find that in the middle of things, but Buddy is still there, passing it into the midfield. Shady, maybe not quite the shot he wanted as Sharky's able to clear this one for now. It's a little help.
With 1 minute remaining, can UNG score, or is this just going to stay 2-0?
Yeah, if they have anything to say in this game, it might need to come from a goal soon, but that one just barely not able to find the net as GSU is going the other way, and they beat one off the near post. No one is quite in the middle for that one. UNG, though, some of the better offense we've seen as all three members of their team are in their half with low boost. They're definitely pressuring for this goal to come right here. Shady, what a defensive play, thwarting that shot from Sleepy, and now, is anyone there to read this off the backboard? Only Hugh Dog is, and he's able to clear it. 15 seconds left. GSU is just playing their advantage. They don't want to overcommit as they have this game 3 possibly locked up.
Yeah, GSU, like you said, UNG offensively has been there, but GSU has just been there in defense to respond. They've just been on top of UNG defensively.
Yeah, and it even feels like they could have pressed more, but all they want to do is play things safe,
Secure
keep
that.
this 2-goal lead, and that's what they do. GSU takes game 3. I mean, UNG's in a very tough spot now. They lost that comeback when it looked like they had the game in their hands, and now they've lost the game off the heels of that. The momentum is in no way, shape, or form in UNG's favor, and they need to dig deep.
They need to, like I said in the Oglethorpe match, they just need to, regroup, re-strategize, take what they did good, and just do that more often. And what they, the mistakes and stuff they made, just try and minimize those. I feel like they need to try and figure out how to be better defensively, because it just doesn't seem like in that game they were particularly there defensively, because GSU was there defensively and obviously was also there offensively, especially with Dylan and Shady having the chemistry that they've had in these games. It's been crazy.
Yeah, and a bit of it's been analogous to the Oglethorpe series. I feel like in Game 3, Oglethorpe just the whole time looked like the better team, and I said that in the moment, and UNG came out and responded, so they need to do a similar thing here in Game 4. The unfortunate thing is, even if they are able to respond and regroup well, they still need to win 2 more games against this really solid GSU team right now. As Shady is always going to be carrying it. He tried to find another insane angle double tap there. That one,
you know what Shady's trying?
missing.
Shady's just trying to get some clips for himself right now. He's really feeling himself.
Oh my God, yeah.
I bet you he's gonna be using that goal he got from the side. He's gonna clip that and use that for.
He better. That was
for real.
insane. We in the business, we call this peaking right now. Is what Shady's doing as he
for
continues to prove his worth with the boys at GSU as a sub. And Buddy trying to find a crazy double tap off his back wall, maybe looking for a psycho there. Not able to find it. Instead, UNG's got a bit more momentum coming their way. If they can continue this offensive rotation.
I'd be interested to find out what rank Shady is. Like if he's also a grand champ or if he's in the champ or what. Because
I have to imagine he's
probably
similar
grand
rank.
champ. Yeah, he's probably like a little bit lower than Dylan and Buddy, but pretty close. Because the way he's playing is it makes it seem like he's a grand champ. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. And here's another pass. Dylan really quick to try and respond on that pass. Shady with a good turn, keeping it in their half as Dylan's going to look for Buddy. Here's a third man, Buddy. Unfortunately not quite ready for that one as Sharky looking for a big dunk there, not able to find it. Shady's got another double tap headed his way, and he is absolutely insane right now.
That was more impressive than his first goal, I think.
Are you kidding
that
me? This
angle?
guy's nuts.
Look at that. Yeah, crazy.
Beating 2 defenders on that crossbar angle. He's able to
Imagine Shady's a higher
basically-
rank than Dylan and Buddy.
He could be, man. He is absolutely on it right now with 2 insane double tap goals for his team, just kind of willing them to a victory here. GSU taking what little momentum UNG even had left away from them with that goal. UNG still has 3 minutes, though.
Leaving no victims to survive, honestly. They're taking any and every victim.
Yeah, and at this point, with how good GSU is playing, sometimes this stuff almost feels like a formality as Buddy is able to find the pass this time from Dylan. GSU has absolutely found their rhythm in game number 4.
Shady definitely heard us in game 1. It was like, okay, they want to talk smack about me. I'm going to just turn it up and absolutely show them what I'm made of.
This is a proving yourself kind of match from GSU. Even though they were favored on paper, you lose that first game and you go down 2 goals in that second game and things look kind of bleak. But these guys, as soon as they found their rhythm, there's been no turning back for GSU. As Shady trying to find another goal at this point. Buddy's able to scoop it up in midfield, maybe looking for a reset here. There is plenty of time left for UNG to mount a comeback, but a third goal here might be the nail in the coffin, honestly.
GSU just looking as impressive as we've seen on paper, and I think that this will just continue to happen.
I mean, at this point, how can you even say otherwise? These guys so solid right now. Just playing out of that corner, just absolutely tucked next to each other. Dylan with the soft touch, trying to find some more as he's the only guy in the offensive side of the rotation right now as everyone else was trying to go back and get boost. Shady's in a position. He beats 2. No one quite there as Q-Dog's able to sniff that one out. But now we have Dylan full boost and all, trying to fake the first guy. Some great backboard defense right now from UNG. They definitely have a bit of life left in them, but right now GSU just chasing the ball around, just able to do so much mechanically.
God, Dylan.
Dylan's going to beat 2 off of the fakes, and that's the third goal. And right now, if you're UNG, what can you even do?
They're playing with their foot at this point right now. They're just dribbling around them, taking out as many as they can, kind of just teasing them and just playing with them, playing with their food. It's crazy. You know what would be interesting is to see GSU against KSU and Bruton Parker.
Yeah, they're a team that would definitely be an underdog in that situation, but right now looking fantastic against UNG. And that fake goal is such a product of how dominant they've been in the air. They've been way quicker, and if you're that quick in the air, you know, you have to start pre-jumping if you're UNG, and that just leads to basically Dylan being able to fake them and score a rare dribble goal. We don't really see those at this level, so.
I told you, they're just playing with their food.
That one looks like it's on target. And in this one, there's going to be another shot. Great save from Sharky. And it looks like it might be enough to thwart the GSU attack for now, but with only a minute and 20 seconds left, things are looking quite dire for UNG. They need a goal within this next 15 seconds, most likely, if they want to mount any sort of comeback in this series. But otherwise, it might be a bit of a formality. I thought Dylan picked that one off the top of Shady's car yet again, and that would have been Another pretty ridiculous goal from GSU.
Dylan there, you saw him trying to get that, and then coming literally back in defense and responding and just defending like crazy. This guy's been all over UNG, offensively and defensively.
And here comes Shady again, full boost, trying to find that reset. He's still on the ball. He's got a chance to score this one, and he's going to put another goal in the back of the net.
Look at
and
this control and
this is
composure.
Absolute
Crazy.
game. Yeah, he basically was able to roll his car in such a way that when he hit the ground, he was able to roll up the sidewall like the ball would.
He bounced off of it and then was able to just tap that right in with the boost that he had left.
Yeah, that's just ball knowledge right there. As Dylan might score another one here, looking for the double tap. Sleepy able to pick that one off the backboard, and at this moment we are basically just watching the final stages of life for UNG, as this series is absolutely going to be a 3-1 for GSU, but maybe a goal for Constellation. As Sleepy's going to find one off the backboard there. Great pass from Sharky. You know, these guys played quite well against Oglethorpe. They looked like they were going to have a lot to say in this series through the first game and a half, but GSU just stamping their dominance against this team. And as we watch these last 25 seconds roll through, I can only say that I'm so happy we had a bonus match, because some of these goals in these games have been
Especially
the best
from
we've
Shady.
seen so far.
Yeah, Shady, I think, scored the 2 best goals we've probably seen in this entire week this week.
I'd say both weeks.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I would say for both weeks as well, yeah, because the angles that he scored those from were insane.
Yeah, I mean, those are not your every game type of goals, as those angles are really difficult to find. Clock's running out. The OG Rule 1, keep the ball in the air for as long as possible.
For sure.
As the clock has finally run out, and that means the clock has run out for UNG, as they're going to lose this series 3-1 to a...
Well, that was your prediction.
It
but
was.
For I think it's for UNG, was it? Or was it
I
for
said
Georgia
for
State?
Georgia State.
There you go. Well, yeah, so you got it right. There's your you've predicted both of them correct.
Look at that.
I'm one of.
There's no script, guys. Don't
There's
worry.
Well, you were 2 for 3 in predictions. Yeah, no, that angle, that shot was
Like,
crazy.
these replays are ridiculous.
Yeah, like,
are you kidding me?
I'm really intrigued to find out what Shady's rank is, honestly.
It'd be so funny if he's like, I'm champ 2.
Yeah, no, I'm like champ 2. I'm like below these guys, but I'm just scoring these insane shots. Absolutely crazy.
I mean, I'm almost mesmerized watching the replays here. It's so many high-level goals from GSU in these games. And if you're UNG, the first series you lost is like there's so many things we could have done differently here, there, and there. It was such an evenly matched thing. But when you kind of get, you know, as I said earlier in the business we say, when you get peeked on, when someone's peeking against you, you could only really just kind of nod your head at this point. So shout out to these guys for rescheduling and last minute being able to come on stream for us and provide you guys at home and us here at the Georgia Esports League and Georgia Film Academy producing the event some entertainment in the late stages of our broadcast. I hope everyone is having a great night so far. And we're gone.
Next week, next Wednesday at 6 p.m., just as always. Well, technically 5:50. You want to catch the super cool pre-host post-show. So, yeah, super thanks to Georgia Esports League for participating. Thanks to our amazing production staff. Woo, they're too focused right now to notice. Woo! So, yeah. Oh, we will see you guys next week, and peace out.